Now they can hear us. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. My name is D'Angelo Murillo, and welcome to my Twitch channel. Tonight we're having our season finale of Tayyar, which is a political intrigue show where the unlikely group of heroes have to save their queendom from being on the brink of destruction from all aspects: civil war, plague, invading army, and all that sort of stuff. But they've done a lot of good here. So before we get into the session, let's go ahead and honor our cast by having them introduce themselves, where they can be found, and what character they're playing. And as always, if you've been to my channel before, I have a very specific rule. That is, they have to bring their full chest when they introduce themselves. They cannot be like, ooh, woo, I do nothing, I'm no one. If they do a great job of loving themselves and giving that praise to themselves, they will have an advantage on one roll of their choice tonight. However, if they are meek, then they will have a disadvantage of a choice of mine. For the session. So let's go ahead and get started with our guest here tonight, Liv.
This is such aggressive energy. I love it. Hi, I'm Liv, the cutest girl, cutest person that you know on the internet. Best girl, best pal. That's me. I use she, they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Livinaday, where I run around and I'm a menace on many different stream channels. I don't stream on my own. I pop around. It's finally time that I've made my way over to D'Angelo's channel because it's been so long since we played together.
I know, yeah.
Oh, so long. But I'm usually over on Total Party Chill where we test out, well, play long campaigns of different systems. So basically, if it's not fantasy and it doesn't use a d20, we're probably going to play it. That's the whole concept of Under the Table. I have also done appearances over on Q Times, and I have officially finished recording all of the episodes of Strix U, which will be coming out soon. So please follow me on Twitter if you are interested in seeing what a Black Magic College inspired by American HBCUs would look like.
That's incredible. Oh my gosh. And then
It's gonna be so good. Anyway.
perfect. And let's go with our cosplay senpai here who rocked it at AX, one of two of a dream team, going with Utime.
Hi guys, I'm Brianna, but many of you guys probably know me on social media as Utahime. As our hopefully merciful DM has said, I am a cosplayer. I'm trying to be a little bit more active on my own channel for a change, but of course we're in the middle of a move, so please bear with us because we will be trying to get back to our regularly scheduled programming, which is basically a variety of games, at least where I'm concerned, where I play everything from Dead by Daylight to Yakuza to Ace Attorney. I started that, Baldur's Gate, you name it. So stay tuned. You'll be finding out more about that. And also, too, everyone else knows that I'm up to lots of TTRPG shenanigans on a weekly basis, even despite the move that's happening right now. So definitely follow me at UTAHIME, Utahime Cosplay, and at Brianna DaCosta on Twitter. I will be returning for a continuation from one of the one shots that we did for Coyote and Crow. It's actually becoming a mini series, so I'm super, super excited. It's returning on Creators Assemble this upcoming Tuesday, so that's 6 p.m. Pacific time on Creators Assemble. It's I believe Shadows of Legacy is the name of our mini series, so definitely keep an eye out for that. That's gonna be every other Tuesday. And then you can also catch me every other Tuesday on Ecrium Expeditions over on the Red Hair Inn, who I believe is in chat. And that's at 5 p.m. Pacific time over there. So, yeah, that's where you can find me. I'm going to pass it along to the next amazing person in this cast.
Yes, the next amazing person is your partner in real life, super dreamy, gravelly voice, and all that. Get those hands away,
Yeah, no, we have
Andrew J.
matching
Landy.
raspy voices because we've used them a lot during the Anime Expo.
Yeah, it's so true. What is up, everybody? I'm Andrew J. Alandy. Some of you know me as Duralath if you follow the fighting game community, especially Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I'm the voice of the Jazzy Circuit, the premier tournament series for Street Fighter 3 Third Strike in North America. You can also find me currently on the Dreadful Tales, our D&D 5e multi-mini series, for lack of a better term, that can be found on twitch.tv/fortnerd.com. Again, twitch.tv/fortnerd.com. Also, if you watched Anime Expo's live stream over the past weekend, I was one of the live stream hosts on there. Tonight, though, we'll be playing the role Jackson Arcega, our master of coin, our variant human fighter, who does not have dark vision, unlike the rest of the party, which has been a huge thing here. Pronouns for both Jackson and myself, he, him, of course. Again, happy to be back. Happy to be back, although words are failing me tonight. So, beyond that, let's get it on.
Perfect. Good. And then one of our favorite bards in all of existence, who, even though his name is Discount Bard, he's no way discounts. Top shelf. Good stuff. And looks and talent and everything. Eddie.
Hi everyone, I'm Eddie the Discount Bard, your humble vaudevillian vexation, who brings hopefully a little bit of entertainment to the small screen through various shenanigans and chaotic energy. You can normally find me on twitch.tv/discountbard, where I do variety content ranging from Sea of Thieves, pirate shenanigans, to cooking, to miniature painting, to whatever my current hyperfixation is at any given point in time. Otherwise, you can find me on wonderful channels like this one, where I get the absolute privilege of surrounding myself with talented people, doing awesome D&D characters, and just having a blast seeing what sort of trouble I can get myself into. You can follow me on all the various social medias at Discount Bard, where you can see whatever antics I happen to be up to at any given point in time. Let's go ahead and pass it on to I am here today as Relvin, our spy master, and apparently the only person in this group who has tried to kill another party member so far.
It was just a guest. I think we don't have one of those today. It's fine. So, and then, last but not least, the Queen of TR, the one who ultimately has to call the shots to see what happens, despite all of the advice and the council and everything. She has the power to veto everyone. Queen Eclipse, please introduce us. Yeah.
Hello, hello. I am Jess. Maybe not your favorite Brit, but I'm a Brit nonetheless. You can find me at Rising Valkyrie on Instagram and at Rising Valkyrie J on Twitter, where the running joke is, I'm pretty sure my fellow cast is getting very bored of, is tumbleweeds and crickets, other than when D'Angelo tags me in things, I guess. Maybe. As well as you could find me, actually, tomorrow on Sunday, 8 p.m. my time, which is BST, 12 p.m. PST, and 3 p.m. No, 3 p.m. maybe. Yes, 3 p.m. EST. That will be on Cyber Nation Uncensored. I'll be in June on our second episode, so that'll be fun. And coming up, hopefully at some point soon, once I can figure out my answers to a lot of these difficult questions, I'll be part of a featured interview on Women of D&D's Instagram at some point. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, keep in tune. Yeah, I'll be posting everything on my Instagram story anyway. And here I am, as D'Angelo said, the queen, but definitely not a queen by any means. She tries, she's emo, she's edgy, she doesn't give a shit really, but she's trying.
Perfect. So, we're gonna go ahead and open up like tonight's session with Eclipse actually. So Eclipse, you are tossing and turning in your sort of bed, deep in a sort of slumber, as your mind takes you away from this world and takes you back into the recesses of your memories and your mind. As you go back, probably like 40 years ago, because I googled it. So you're a half elf, right?
I think I'm an elf in general.
Are you?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember something.
Maybe I did it wrong then. Anyways.
Hold on. I'll find it. I am a Markov Shad. No, that's not it.
It's high elf, not
High elf,
half.
yes.
High
High
elf.
elf.
There you
yes.
go. Okay, right.
Yes.
Maybe I did it
Sorry.
wrong then, but it's fine. It's whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah. So essentially, Googling, when do elves reach, adulthood? It's usually 100 years. So assuming that you're an adult right now, 40 years ago would probably bring you back to more adolescence and everything. So your mind like falls back into the past. As you're in a ceremony in front of like the whole nation, as there is a national address essentially, and next to you is your siblings, like all sort of like 5 of them, the oldest and the strongest. You are the youngest of all of them. As you're there, probably like equivalent of like 9 years old or so. As you actually see some of the like the MC essentially goes up and goes like, all right, everyone, we're gonna go ahead and pass it off now to Princess Eclipse, as she is gonna go ahead and give her first like national address, as is ceremonial and custom for all of young, royalty. And this is a moment that you kind of remember because you had to train for this and practice for this a lot. So I'm gonna give you narrative control. What would you like to do in this moment as you're standing right next to all of your siblings, and they're all kind of turning their heads, looking to you? What would you like to do?
You'd probably see me kind of holding very shriveled up, closed up, shoulders hunched, and looking very timid. She looks almost as if she's shaking, trembling slightly, as she's holding onto a little teddy bear behind her, obviously not to show the audience and those she's speaking to. As you can hear the little squeakiness coming from the toy, little fluffs coming off of it onto the ground behind her. She'll go, she'll whisper under her breath, I've got this. I've got this. I've been practicing. I can't let mum down. I can do this. I can. And she'll glance over to all of her older siblings who are very intimidating to her, maybe even bullied her, let's be honest. But she looks at them and she's, I can be like them. I can make mum proud. I can do it. As she takes a big childlike breath and tries to start her speech.
Perfect. You make your way over to the podium. That is, modified so that way you could do it. And your like vocal amplifier is there. Your arcane vocal amplifier is that's sitting there in front of you as it kind of whines a little bit as you get close to it. And the whole you now see it like there are thousands upon thousands of commoners, nobles, and everyone in between like standing in front of you, waiting to hear like you address them. As again in your peripherals, you can see your siblings as well as your mother in her very daunting sort of thing as her eyes are like boring into you essentially as you stand here. And go ahead and roll for me a wisdom saving throw with a -1 modifier because you're 9 years old.
Woo! Okay. -1, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's still a 19.
Perfect. So with the 19, you're gonna look out to the crowd and what would you like to say to them? Or actually, sorry, you don't. I didn't give you a speech at all, so I'm gonna help you out. You begin to open your mouth, and even though you kind of like mumble a little bit, you begin to race with this sort of speech, and begin to do it as everyone's like impressed and all that kind of stuff by it. As a sibling, you look over to the siblings, and they're all like, "Oh my god, she's actually doing it! Wow!" And it's like this is pretty cool. But then at one point, your eyes end up connecting like with your mother, and for whatever reason, that steals your thunder, and your like throat goes dry, and your eyes begin to dart back and forth, and you begin to just lose yourself. And there's silence, uncomfortable silence, as you can't quite remember what you were supposed to say next in this speech. And you look over to your notes that you kind of have in front of you, but they're smeared with the ink is like, coming from your sweaty palms and everything. And it's worst case scenario.
What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know.
And you even look over to your siblings and they're trying to like mouth things to you, but they're all doing something different and you can't quite remember it. But then sure enough you do see your mother, Queen Lucretia, as she gets up from where she was, like, I guess she was already standing, but she heads over to you and then kneels, and for the crowd and everything, she looks extremely pleasant with a sweet smile, and she like goes like, "Oh, children," and then kneels down to you as she kind of like full blown just drills into you at this when no one else can see, even though she's smiling. She goes like, "You are embarrassing me in front of all of our subjects. You've had months to prepare for this." And you can see the fury and disappointment in her eyes. What would you like to say?
I'm so, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect like them. I tried.
So you do see her give a sigh as she's trying to maintain composure, and she goes like, enough, just go over and stand next to your siblings. She goes like, "You're shipping off to boarding school like immediately, and thank the gods you will never inherit the throne." As she stands up now, and you're assuming and you're in awe. You can choose how you want to react.
You'd see like anyone that actually paid attention to her rather than her mother would see that single tear drop down her face slowly as she's trying to not sniffle and make a big deal out of it. She's trying to act tough as a kid. If you can imagine a kid kind of going inside and just like crying so much on the inside, but
And
trying not to let it out.
and I
She
think
just like balls her fists up.
Relvin and Dia, you guys are elves, right? So you guys are probably alive in the crowd, and you also probably remember this.
Dia is a half high elf.
Half high
Her
up. Okay.
mom is human and her dad is a high elf.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. and and yeah, and you end up like feeling these emotions, like something that really hit you hard back in the day. As she begins, her speech, and she goes like, well, she handled it better than I did my first time speaking, and the crowd like erupts in laughter, and she begins to like do her normal spiel towards them. But you are forever changed as you regain, you returned with your siblings, and they have a very sympathetic sort of look, like they've all been through the ringer before and have been unable to please your sort of mother. And it's at this moment that you actually hear the sound of knocking at your door. That just throws you from this memory all the way back to reality. As you sort of wake up and your hair's a mess and the sheets are everywhere. You've been sweating all night and all that. So, what would you like to do?
Am I in a panic considering what the memory was?
If we were playing Emerald Templars, you'd be making some anxiety rolls for sure. But
Okay.
you would,
Then
yeah.
anyone that whoever knocked at my door,
Yes.
don't know who, don't care if it's Bruce. There's going to be a slight humming under the sheet in her offhand, which is her psionic blade just ready, as she's very scared.
It's an
And
assassin.
probably,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, no, she's already been assassinated.
Yeah.
Almost assassinated. It's not happening again. And her bed is actually, if you do see it, end up seeing it, is covered in a charcuterie board of sorts with crumbs and crackers and 5 empty bottles of tequila around her bed. Let's be honest.
Perfect. And you hear the knocking.
That was a light night.
I know, right? Yeah. Like you have cirrhosis of the liver. I'm sorry, but you end up. Oh my god, my dog. Uh, so you end up hearing the knocking come through again.
That's Queen Eclipse.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we hear down the hall.
Yep.
Um. So you you hear the sound of knocking at your door again, and you hear the sound of Bruce, and he goes, my queen, is it all right if I come in? Are you dressed? It's like 10 a.m.
And she's probably, if in reality, she's probably in like a bunny onesie, cuddled up because she was like superbly drunk. She probably reached into her trunk just trying to put on something cozy as she just like cuddled up. So she's like, no, Bruce, please, no, do not come in. No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I can come out in about and she looks over to her left and she'll see an empty bottle, a half bottle of tequila left over by her desk. And she's like, oh, just give me an hour. I'll be out there. Don't worry. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be fine. I'll be ready.
There is a little bit of silence as you hear Bruce like clear his throat, and he goes, I am so sorry, my queen, but we just got our scouts have reported that they were able to meet up with the messengers from Princess Azucena, and apparently she's arriving a lot earlier than expected. Earlier meaning within a couple hours. So it would probably be in your best interest to get dressed. Your council is waiting for you in the council room.
Okay, so I said give me an hour. She'll be here in a couple. I've got time.
And there's silence again as he goes like, "All right, just join us when you can." As he ends up, you hear him walking away, his heavy footsteps.
And as he's walking away, she like crawls out of her bed and just about trips getting out.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's a 12.
12. Okay. You're feeling it. Your lights are bright and sounds are loud and all that sort of stuff.
So she grabs her signature sunglasses as she puts those on. Puts on her regular outfit of a bounty hunter, shoves on her leather jacket with a hunch, laces up her boots as she goes, ugh! and starts opening her bedroom door to walk towards her council.
Perfect. So the entirety of TR, like, is at least the castle portion, knows your routine. So they know when you have the sunglasses on, they're to whisper to you and to sort of close the curtains for all the windows and all that kind of stuff. And sure enough, you end up walking down. Which one was it? I think it's this one. You end up walking down to. Oh, and I gotta make it so that you guys can see too. Go. Uh, you end up walking down to the second floor, or the first floor rather, as all the guards like salute you as you walk by, in very quiet, slow motion that doesn't annoy you like at all, and everything. As you saunter your way into the council room, where you see Dia, you see Relvin, you see Jackson, and you see Bruce, all like seated and probably exchanging some like conversation. Before she answers, you guys can feel free to, if you want to chat about something. And then sure enough, you are able to enter in as you all see Queen Eclipse, and she has her sunglasses on. You definitely know what kind of night it was last night, based upon that. And Bruce kind of clears his throat and is like, now that the queen is here, we can finally start the meeting. As he kind of gets up and goes like, well, thank you guys all so much for being here. I'm so sorry to pull you from your duties, but the Princess Azucena actually is going to be arriving sooner than expected. So I wanted to give you guys at least a rundown again about how she is and everything. So she's from Olteca, which is the wealthiest nation in the known world. Although they may not have all the military might or arcane technology, advancements and everything, they have enough wealth to influence like everyone. And they're a neutral nation, so no one is really their enemy because everyone wants a piece of the pie, essentially. From what we know of Princess Azucena is that she's the direct, in line for the throne for succession. And she is, from the stories, can be a little bit temperamental, a little bit chaotic. She does what she pleases. And that may cause a little bit of issues here, but it's probably in our best interest to entertain her and make her feel welcome. Because if we can get the princess to have, be in the good graces, that is only something that can help out TR in major ways. As we are doing fantastic right now, our head is above water, but anything that could give us an edge would be good. So, any questions as Bruce looks over to you guys?
Dia's gonna try to, if possible, because the name keeps ringing a bell in a weird way, but for some reason she's like, I don't know, I don't think I know this royal, do I? Like, for some reason it's been like literally on her mind for a while. Is there a way for Dia to roll to see if she can recall
Yeah, I would
any
say history
information and
check. Yeah.
details? Yes. That is hilarious because she only rolled a 3, so it's 6.
A 3? You're like, just another royal. As like you kind of.
To that
It's your-
same note, would Barrow have given Relevant any intel on this princess?
Oh, for sure. You know that she's allergic to pine nuts. You know that she, enjoys goblin polka and like all this sort of stuff. So you got the full meal deal rundown of everything, her interests. And thankfully, because you guys just subscribed with the Church of Timora, you have access to like high-end brothels and high-end casinos and all this sort of stuff. So entertainment is TR's jam right now. And yeah.
I'm gonna like kind of stumble essentially over to the main table in the middle, and I'm just gonna take a seat backwards and just lie down on the middle of this table. I'll say, this royal sounds like my kind of girl. Sounds really fun. I guess we could get on.
And Bruce just kind of looks at you and be like, "Be on your best behavior," as he kind of like scolds
I'm
you.
sorry, but who's boss? Bruce? Brucey boy. Bruce.
He's just like, mm-hmm. And then, yeah.
Dia will wave over at Tumba to try to get his attention to come forward.
He does so for sure.
Toomba, since we do have an princess on the way, I believe it's only it's necessary for us to gather enough people in order to make sure that she's safe.
And he goes, absolutely. We're gonna go ahead and call in, but there was one thing that I brought up to Bruce that I feel like should be addressed. And Bruce does clear his throat. He goes like, yeah, that's a good point, Tomba, for sure. So for the messages that we've gotten from Princess Azuna is that Azucena rather, she is arriving here, but they didn't say what her intention is. And she is apparently bringing from the scouts report 3 times as many soldiers that we have in our military currently. So it although she's not known to be a warmonger or not known for bloodshed in any capacity. It may be wise to have everyone gather at the front gates until we understand what she's here for in a nice way. As Bruce is sweating as he's like, yeah.
Well, let our soldiers gather, but obviously we don't want to be too intimidated for obvious reasons.
Who's
We should present a welcoming front.
Idea.
Right.
What was that thing you said? It's not the number, right? It's the quality, correct?
It's the skill, it's
Yeah.
the experience, also the bravery and determination.
You're not wrong, but nevertheless, we should still be on our guard.
That's why I believe that we should have some of our soldiers to meet them along the way.
Brucey, do I have to meet her up front?
She is a princess of one of the strongest nations in the known world, so yes, my queen, you probably have to see her.
And then I'm gonna like saunter over to the curtain, slightly move it, slightly. And
It
close very
burns. You
quickly.
take
It's
5.
bright outside.
It burns. You take 5 damage.
It's not poison, it's sun damage.
Exactly.
Also, can I get some chai? I am already at a loss for words because I was not prepared for.
Oh, the servants are like working double time. They bring Eclipse like a jug of water, and then they're bringing all of you guys both tea and alcohol depending on what you need, and gummies if you need it to as well, and like whatever.
Can I get like a Bloody Mary just to keep going?
Oh, smart
Good
move.
dog.
Smart move.
If I never stop drinking, I won't get a hangover. There you go.
Exactly. If I
The
just keep going.
The accumulated hangover will kill me.
Yeah, there you go.
Also, funny enough, I'm also gonna do my psychic the telepathy shit.
Yes, yeah.
Because obviously.
Bonding time.
Yes. Whoever's holding up the thing, remember, in your heads. What am I doing again? Psychic whispers. That was.
I think you just have to roll. Was it 1d4 to see how many hours it lasts, or something? Or 1d6?
1d8.
Oh, 1d8. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Power time.
Yeah. So let me just fuck with the. I think it's. Yeah, 1d8 now. So that is 6 hours between all of us. Because I did it twice, because obviously.
Perfect. And Bruce also like you hear a knock at the door, and you see some magi come in, and he goes like, "We brought the finest fashion mancers in the land to make your armor a little bit more spruced up to look, better than usual. You'll still have the same your armor will work just as normal, but it'll have a little bit more gleam and shine to sort of it, which it's probably we would look our best for this, and only if you guys agree and consent."
I take that as an insult. I only wear the finest of armor.
Oh, bitch! That's what I say in the background. The Queen Eclipse actually says that in the background.
And then Bruce is like, "Do what you will. It's it's up to you. Just saying, it might help." And
She does a very deliberate hair flip. And then you see where Pravarti is kind of like this low growl that where Pravarti was not nowhere to be found. All of a sudden you see where the Pravarti comes from underneath the table, and it's kind of like
I imagine that all the chairs are like falling over and like because they're like under the table and so big. By the way, Liv, Parvati is a giant tiger that like is Dia's companion. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
precious.
A
Perfect.
very unique, like gold, basically because it's technically her always casting fine steed. It's basically almost like a spirit animal. So
Yeah.
it is like physically there, but at the same time it has this very like golden look to its coat. So it does not look like a normal tiger at all, and it's pretty large.
That's sick as hell.
I'm
Perfect.
afraid these garments require a very delicate hand, and therefore I only use a very specific tailor for them. So, respectfully, I will decline.
You see the fashion mancers who've been staying up all night to like make use of dope designs. Their heart breaks. Is
Can you
they
describe mine to me? I want to see what does mine look like.
essentially like a Final Fantasy 14 outfit. It's very large, very you know, there's some floating crystals that swirl around and yeah.
Okay, that's way too clunky. I appreciate it, but no.
Like fashion is
Like,
pain.
do-
Literally all of us are like, nah.
nah, because Queen Eclipse is like tiny. Like she is like petite, fucking skinny, little tiny thing, like elf. She is no tiny elf, and I'm just like,
Perfect.
I like my leather jacket. I'm good.
All the fashion mancers look to Jackson.
I will sit in solidarity with the rest of my cohort here, and while your services are greatly appreciated, I no offense, but I do believe I have a better idea on how to spend our resources in order to, well, accommodate our guest, if that is the correct term here. Is Baraka in the room by any chance?
Yep, she is, and you do see her outfit and Tomba's and Bruce and all of your guys' like assistants are all decked out in like new suits essentially.
I'm gonna motion for Baraka.
She
To come
comes
over.
forward. Yep.
Baraka, I know this is short notice. Try to put together something of a welcoming basket package, lack of a better term, whatever's something that if we need to present a diplomatic approach, I hope this is going to work. Something that will appease the princess. Can you do that for me, please?
She goes, absolutely. Are we going top shelf? Or are we going like
I'm going to look towards. I'm going to look towards the queen. Realize that the queen is best left not bothered with this decision at the moment.
yeah, because you're sprawled onto the table, right? With your
Yes.
oh muted
I was
yeah.
actually by the curtain,
Curtain. Yeah, there you go.
and then I look. You know, the table is now full of like drinks and water and charcuterie and shit, right? It is full of that stuff now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a bottle of tequila. But like the shitty, because we only drink shitty kinds here.
Yeah, great value brands. Yeah.
Yeah, we drink the shitty ones. So I
Not
grab
this,
that.
not this queendom being a hard stand of Kirkland brand. I can't.
Yo.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Everything's
don't
Kirkland. Yep.
Kirkland tequila,
Yep.
baby, no.
No.
But Kirkland vodka though? Oh, we in
No.
Oh my
Okay, no,
God.
Wait,
Miss
what's
Kirkland vodka? That's a good time.
what's like a student brand that's not Kirkland? What is a
Jose
student?
Cuervo?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll grab that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a bottle of that, and it's got the
So you
spout
want
as well,
bottom
because why
shelf.
not? Oh yeah, no, I want bottom shelf. With the spout, and I'm gonna grab 2 shot glasses too, and that's what. Oh wait, hold on. In my pouch, I'm gonna put like a whole lime, and also a bottle of a bottle of salt. I'm gonna take this with me when I go meet the princess.
Perfect.
In hand.
I'm gonna.
If you are attempting to provide a welcoming committee for our guest, I have it under good information that they apparently are very interested in the likes of Goblin Polka.
Good to know, Goblin Poker.
Goblin
Anything,
Polka.
Goblin Poker.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's
Fair.
just call the whole thing off. That
Yeah, there
sounds
you
like
go.
a horrible time.
Baraka, you heard our
Well,
spy master. Yes.
the casinos will be filled with Goblin Poker, and we'll find that the finest indie Goblin Polka bands to play in all the venues. As that she immediately like whispers to the servants, and they all run out. to it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And one last thing, it doesn't have to be top shelf, but err on the side of quality. We don't want to. We want to. Well, we want to display ourselves as being of the level that the princess should expect. But again, we're not trying to break the bank on this one. If you understand my drift.
She's like, I understood. As they immediately get to work, all of you like essentially end your meeting as you begin to hear you hear the sounds of fanfare, even from where you are now. As someone of the scouts rushes in and goes like, you know, she's at the gates right now. Like she's essentially here. As what do you want to do?
I just want to say, just just a juxtaposition here, right? I just want to clarify. Jackson's putting it all out. He's making the effort with Brock. Like they're making effort, right? Then there's just me, who's gonna walk up to her with a cheap bottle of tequila and a shot. So
We're making sure we're covering for you.
Well,
We've got
also
your
too,
back.
Dia would have kind of signaled to Pavarti, and basically no, like they already can communicate telepathically. So basically, Pavarti will basically go on the side where Eclipse is, because basically it's like in nudge Queen Eclipse to basically get on top of him. So that way, at least it's like she's riding on a noble steed to go meet the princess.
is that the best idea considering I'm still kind of drunk?
Well, that's the thing,
He's
is
like,
Pavarti is like, because Pavarti is used to being in battle, Pavarti is probably the safest ride without you having to walk there with bottle in hand.
Oh,
probably.
It's not
God.
a DUI if the
Yeah, there you go.
vehicle can drive itself.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Air ride
It's-
equipped.
Exactly.
Air ride equipped.
Exactly.
It's a Tesla. It's a Tesla. It's
There
gonna...
you go.
Ooh.
You-
Before we do end up going out to rendezvous with the princess,
Mhm.
Relvin is going to have an aside with Barrow. This meeting needs to go perfectly. This is a immense opportunity for our kingdom. Keep your eyes open and your ears even more wide. If there's anything out of line, report to me immediately.
Perfect. He then like nods to you and then goes to whisper to some of his agents to be able to go and immediately head out and to prepare. As Bruce is like, you know, motioning for all of you to sort of get up, like, all right, we should probably go to the gates because apparently she's here. And sure enough, you guys do head over to the actual like front gates as you see that you know you get up onto the castle walls essentially. Well, I guess that would be kind of inconvenient. I don't know. Well, we'll just do it. So you'll essentially get up to the castle walls to get an overview as to what's sort of going on here, and you can clearly see that there's probably like a good 2,000, maybe 3,000 soldiers that are all equipped in like armor, shining armor, and like weapons and swords and everything like that. And as you kind of peer into this sort of like crowd, you do see various servants that are carrying a platform, and on that platform is a throne, and on that throne is Princess Azucena. And we're gonna stop here really quick because just to be very clear, in Old Tekka, every one of the servants has 100% healthcare, 100% dental, 401k, tons of paid time off, and they legitimately love their employer, and they're like stoked to be able to carry Princess Azucena because it's like it's amazing. So yes, so you are so rich, Princess Azucena, that you can have narrative control over what you look like, what you know your people look like, and all that sort of stuff. So please introduce us to you. Yeah.
Yeah, so sitting atop this like absolutely gilded, just ornate throne that is being carried by these adoring citizens who she of course loves back just as much. You see this young woman with sort of like Afro-Latin features. She is an air genasi, so she has like these high, proud cheekbones. Her skin is the color of the like sky right at dusk, like the little bits of darkness that come out when the sun is going down, just that kind of like soft, dark tone. And her hair would be the clouds that come out. So it's like all orange and pinky and yellow, and it's all swept up into this sort of half up, half down look, with a pin in it that peeks out like the God, what's like how a crown would have points. It points out like
Yeah.
that. And the rest of her hair is just flowing freely like clouds. She wears just this gorgeous like silver armor that's all perfectly shining, perfectly cleaned, polished, all these little details engraved into it. And underneath the armor is sort of like the halfway point between I'm here and I'm gonna fight, and I am also really cool and probably the main character of an anime. So it's like
Between
it's
those
like
two,
a
yeah.
dress. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like a dress that's all bunched up in the right places. The dress itself is a sort of dusty rose color with white fabric to offset it. Around her neck is a silver collar that matches her armor, and there are all these like perfectly polished white pearls and then 6 black pearls that dangle off of it. Everyone around her has the same sort of colors donned, so it's lots of silver, lots of like pink silks. Even though these are very clearly servants and employees of her, they are all dressed to the nines. Like she is very she is about the aesthetic, and so everybody gets a free like uniform. Nobody had to pay for their uniform, no one got reimbursed. She dressed everybody up, and like forming just this huge promenade behind her, this huge almost like parade of people with banners of her homeland, and the flag proudly held, are all these soldiers who, again, outfitted to the best. They have the best looking armor, the best looking swords. They are ready to go, and they are also pulling what you could only assume to be more gifts and treasures and just luxurious items in these giant but still very like ornate what's the word I'm looking for, wagons. um
Perfect.
it's basically like Prince Ali in Aladdin. Like that is what it's very much giving.
Yeah, and the songs are playing as yeah.
Yeah.
So Bruce looks to you guys as you're on the, I don't know if the ramparts is the right word. But you're on like the castle wall looking out and goes like, "All right, it is customary for you guys to go out and ride out to go and meet with their messengers or the princess herself." So in this, we're going to have you guys have like 4 guards that are going to go out with you, but essentially you guys will go out and sort of meet her. I'm going to go ahead and stay here, and you know, good luck. Please don't mess this up. As he specifically looks to Queen Eclipse. As so, do you guys mount up and ride out to go and meet them? And if anyone would
Yeah.
like to stay here and send their second in place, you can do so. Yeah.
Bruce isn't gonna go for me.
I mean, Pavarti is still going to stay with Queen Eclipse
Yeah.
to like be towards the front with her.
With Squeaky Toy and
Relevant
Mouth.
is not
Yeah.
leaving Eclipse's side.
Okay.
Yeah, we're rolling with the queen.
Okay. So you guys all are decked out in your armor. You get onto your mount and you head out to like the gates partially open as you hear the horns blare to let everyone know, and then Princess Asusena, would you like them to come to you? Would you like to meet them halfway, or would you like what would you like to do?
I will meet them halfway, and then just to double check, it's Jackson, Relvin, Eclipse, and Dia. So it's the whole
Correct.
thing?
Now
Okay, cool.
you recognize immediately Dia, and you know
Yes.
at least the name Eclipse because you at least know that much. Relvin and Jackson you have no idea of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the second I see Dia, I am going to cast levitate on myself, and I'm just going to like leap from this throne and like float down, and just like you
The
hear
choir
this,
is singing.
yeah, this like girlish squeal as I throw my arms around you. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you.
Hi! It's
Oh,
been a long time?
yes. Oh, too long. And I'm like fluttering around like a little pixie. I'm like, you look so good. Wow, this is so nice. Oh my God, this fabric is gorgeous. And then I like settle
You
back
look
down.
magnificent,
Well,
princess.
obviously.
As you see some of Princess Azucena is like on her guard, like hurry up over to like get to her, just make sure everything's fine. But they're like, she does this, it's like, and yeah, you guys are here meeting in the middle. Azucena's army is like behind her, waiting just for it, and then the military of TR is on the walls, like no one's making any aggressive movements, but they're just watching. And you see Bruce praying, and
I'm gonna
And
telepathically
Dia
go.
obviously looks like she's trying to like put two and two together, and like if she didn't know the princess's name already because of the fact that obviously they all were already told
Yeah.
who this was.
There's
She
like
was like,
no
"Oh my God."
recognition. There's like
Yeah, like she's like just blank,
hey,
like it's like
you,
the meme
yeah.
where it's like the trying to add up the equations and it's not connecting.
Can I do an insight check to see if I
100%,
put
go
two
for
and
it.
two together that this is happening? Okay.
And someone did redeem a reroll for you. So you have 2 rerolls in the bank. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm not gonna re-roll this one. I got a solid 9. I get nothing to my wisdom.
Yes.
So you kind of look to her and she definitely recognizes you. She's yeah.
Yeah, we just
And Dia's gonna do like a very polite, like it's basically her normal formal greeting that she does with dignitaries and royals that visit Eclipse, but basically like obviously too formal for this person who
Yeah.
knows her intimately, but she does not. It does not ring a bell for Dia right now.
Yeah, you are so funny. I
Did
guess
I say
I
a
guess I
joke?
should do it too. And I'm gonna like step back. I'm going to sweep
Oh.
one leg artfully out and just deliver like the deepest, most like glamorous, graceful curtsy to
Right.
everyone.
Oh yes, you were in the dance class. Yes, that my mother put me in.
Fencing.
You're oh,
Fencing. But I guess it's kind of like a dance.
Yeah, yes.
You're so
Oh, it's
funny.
coming back to me now.
You're so
Yes.
funny.
With your-
I'm gonna say,
With your
I wanna
9
say in
insight,
the
you
group
definitely
chat.
feel like it's a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
In the group chat in our head, I wanna say awkward.
And then Tia's going to
Entertaining
basically
at the very
be
least.
screaming, "Does anyone have a clue how I know the princess? Because she seems to know me, and this is kind of strange. She seems very like we have a history, and I don't know someone. Eclipse,
You see them awkwardly staring at each
Your
other
Majesty.
without saying
Your
anything.
Majesty." Like
I'm
it's
gonna
just you
take
hear
this
Your
moment-
Majesty like
Yeah.
yelling.
in my head, right? Yeah. I'm gonna take this moment to step in and help Dia with my
Well, really
butler
quick,
tequila.
Jackson, what were we gonna do?
Oh no, I was in the psychic whispers group, and I was literally just going to say like the number you have dialed is not
Yeah.
responding or is outside the coverage
Yeah, there you
area.
You've been blocked from this number.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If I could hit you through our minds, I would do so. But I think only our queen has that ability.
And then Eclipse.
I'm gonna take that moment to sweep in, I guess, because I'm still on Pravati, right?
Correct.
And am I next to you, Dia?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna steer? Not really, but like, I'm gonna go in between you two, so I can like kind of push Dia back a little bit, and I'm gonna hop off in the most fruitful way of a forward flip off of Pravati.
Constitution saving throw really quick.
Pavarti would also too, because Pavarti's used to like crazy stuff that Dia would have to do while mounted, would basically make it easier. They like probably lower herself a little bit to make it easier for her.
So maybe advantage, because it's
Maybe.
an assist.
Okay.
So like let's
Oh.
just say because she is petting Pavarti, there's the guidance that flows through Pavarti to Queen Eclipse.
There you go.
There
There
we
you go.
go.
I was also
And-
going to offer a subtle wave of the hand to correct the queen's landing, if at all possible, to offer any assistance I could.
You are all the most supportive group of friends.
I
with
know,
friends
right?
Like this in real life.
Oh
Right?
my god.
These guys are the best. I do the flip. I got a 19.
Okay.
Almost
Fantastic.
GM. As I do that, I also gonna toss the lime. And as this is gonna be an amazing trick shot. Are you ready? It's best jester in the world. I'm gonna throw the lime as I go for the flip. I'm also gonna kind of spin my psychic blade round my hand and cut through the lime to get a couple slices out. Land, bottle of tequila in one hand, limes wedges in the other, and obviously shot glasses. And I'll say, a drink.
And
I
in
look
that,
around at.
Go
Yeah, go ahead.
your honor guard, when she does this flip and like takes out like her cyanic blade, they definitely like put their hands on their hilts or of swords and look to you though. Yeah.
And I'm gonna like look at the honor guard and just. Now that's what I'm fucking talking about. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to throw that shot back and violently slam the glass down on the ground so it shatters.
Nice.
You're-
And I
you're-
hand over the lime and the salt after also taking my shot. But I don't. We did that wrong order, but sure.
It's fine. You know what? I think she did it on purpose.
Your literal poison taster is like, oh, and then like, yeah, and then the honor guard's like, just, it's fine, it's all good, and
Hey, we both took it.
it tastes like normal tequila. Yeah.
I look at the poison taste. I'm like, you can have the salt here. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
I am Princess Azucena. You can call me Senna. And I come bearing support, gifts. I like glance at Dia. Friendship. Just anything I can do to support the queen in her endeavors.
And then she's gonna take your hand, and she's gonna do this very kind of jester-like bow, rather than anything actually posh or dignified. And she is going to say, "Oh, pleasure to make your acquaintance, Princess Senna. Let me introduce myself. I'm Queen Eclipse of this beautiful kingdom of Tayyar, and you've evidently met my general here, dear.
Oh, yeah, we go way back.
Oh, do tell.
Well, you see, I am also a bit of a adept at martial arts and fighting and swordplay. So we go back to training and all of that. And Dia's just the best. So graceful, so powerful. We were incredible friends back in the day, which was like nice because everybody else didn't really seem to want to hang out with me, which like losers don't get that.
Oh no! And then while you're talking, I'm gonna put my arm around your shoulders, and I'll say, please pray tell what a younger Dia was like. Was she sticking in mud back then too? And I'm gonna start walking you into the kingdom as we're talking.
You just hear this girl, like, it's like a similar growl to Parvati's, but it's in your head, and it's Dia just.
So at this
Easy,
time,
Battle Master, this may work in our favor.
At this time, Relvin and Jackson, because I assume Dia, you went with Eclipse.
Yeah, basically, Dia would be following, especially because she wants to try to listen what exactly, like all the details, because she's starting to put two and two together, but she's trying to remember everything. So yes, she's following closely.
Perfect. So you see Princess Azucena's assistants and also the honor guard kind of awkwardly stand, like across from Relvin and Jackson that are like, well, we brought gifts. Should we like offload them into the, should we just go in, or because their political leader left, is immediately answering.
As you can see, these scenarios are quite familiar to us as well. Please be at ease.
Yes. If anything needs to be placed, I'm sure we can accommodate. And again, welcome. It's an honor to meet you all. And Jackson's going to motion. Please feel free to bring everything in. As it looks like everything is okay. And he looks to Relvin. Right? Everything's okay, Relvin. Yes.
Everything is going swimmingly.
Beautiful. Let's move on. I don't think we want to lose the rest of the the party. and he emphasizes party as the active word there. So, oh boy,
Oh
this is
yes,
gonna be fun. Yeah.
definitely festivities to be had.
So
Indeed.
you see that the main assistant for Princess Azucena goes to you guys and goes like, all right, so just to be clear, we're gonna give you guys in the chests over there, as you can see, there's servants that are also carrying over like ornate chests. Even the chest itself is worth like a lot of money. As they're like, we're giving you guys 20,000 gold. We're gonna give you guys some arcane replicators to be able to help mass produce sort of food for your people, and as well as a bunch of medical supplies and medicine, so we can help out. So we'll just work with your people to offload them, but that's what the princess is. Could you sign here, please? As they hand over the clipboard.
I'm gonna take the clipboard and do I need to look at anything on the clip? Can I?
Investigate, perception check, whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Let's go with
There's a line about your
perception.
soul that like is kind of weird, but like
I'm
other than that-
sorry. What? Perception. Can I roll perception on this on the papers here?
yeah, go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
You don't know what class I am. Maybe I do. Maybe I am here to collect your souls.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a 9.
A 9, yeah, it all looks like normal terms of service or whatever, like all that kind of stuff. So it goes
Okay.
like
Perhaps,
if
perhaps a second set of eyes would not go amiss here.
yeah, go for it, go for it.
Go for it, Robin, please.
Yeah, the real threat here is legal troubles. Once you sign this contract, it's just go in court.
You said perception?
Correct. Yep. Or investigation,
19.
whichever. What'd you get?
19.
19? With a 19, you see it's pretty standard. It simply says, like, once we give this to you guys, we don't hold any liability if you end up losing the money, or if, like, if anything expires or anyone gets sick from it or anything like that. We're giving you guys this stuff. Like, we sign it to notify that you're doing this, and then you guys are signing that you're okay with it and all that sort of stuff. In addition, you will not, cause any harm to any of our people, including our princess, and you will accommodate her to the best of your ability, blah, blah, blah. It seems pretty standard and reasonable stuff. Yeah.
So that seems to be the one condition, is just basically peace between our kingdoms.
Which is what we really need, to be perfectly honest. And, well, all these materials, I know there are still people hurting. I see no reason not to sign. And Jackson's going to move to sign.
Yeah, I see no reason to devote a course of action at this point.
Perfect. So you guys end up signing this contract and like, all right, let's load them up. As you see the lifting team of halflings all like head over with the like chests and the supplies and everything, make their way through there, and everyone celebrates as they can clearly see there's grand gifts that are being brought in, and all the people of this military are coming in with gifts for the kids, as well as food and everything, and everyone's like celebrating. Goblin polka is like blaring everywhere, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So you guys go through a sort of well, it's up to you. What would you guys like to do first? There is the brothel, there is the casino, there is what have you.
Oh.
And this could be a conversation that you have with
Well, definitely the first thing that Relvin's going to do after all of our affairs are in order is to find where our two royal figures have wandered off to.
Now, Your Highness, what would you say your favorite vice is?
Oh, my favorite voice. Oh, I think it'd have to be tequila.
Okay. Well, why don't you get another one of those bottles? Actually, 2. And why don't we go gamble a little bit?
That is a tempting offer.
Tempting, it's great. It's genius.
What could go wrong?
It's your queendom. What are they going to do? Cheat you?
Very true. Sure. Why not?
Here you go. You've heard the house always wins, the castle always wins. Let's go.
Let's go.
And you do also see Dia next to you guys too.
And Dia's just like stone faced, just like don't know why we are doing this, but here we go. But then you hear, like, Eclipse would hear Dia saying, "Oh, great, another just like you, fantastic."
Well, Dia's my best friend, so like obviously she's coming. Like, what else are best friends gonna do but fall in line? So we're gonna go.
So Dia
I-
always
I- I-
comes.
and she tries to say something, but then she's just like,
And
And
you
I
def
just hand over. I just hand over a shot of tequila to Dia and go, drink.
and
Dia
to-
knocks it back.
Tomba does head over to you and goes like, "Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you. This arrived for you this morning, and you see it's a letter from your sister, Dia, as who's running the house of Guya right now. As do you open it up or leave it for another time?
Yeah, no, no, no. She would read it.
Yeah, so you read it right then and there. It goes like, "Hey, I hope everything's going well at the castle. We're holding everything down here, but just want to let you know we got like a lot of letters and like extravagant gifts from a Princess Azucena, saying that she's coming and she's gonna like really excited to hang out with you. So just wanted to let you know that this happened. Good luck." And you kind of like, yeah,
And she'll let Tumba know. Just let Priya know that I'm on it, and I'll be sure to thank the princess. And then passing it back, basically.
he's
The
like,
scroll.
"Of course," as he like heads off. So
Can I snap at Bruce quickly? Sorry.
of course
I'm gonna go,
he
Brucey!
He is at the castle walls. He is hobbling over his old orcish bones, trying their best to keep up. As he heads over to you, he's like, "What do you need behind us? It's good to meet you, princess." As he, yeah,
Um, Senna and I here, we need 2 bottles each of tequila, as well as a bottle for Dia, because I know she's a lightweight. Also, can I have a pack of cigars? Thank you very much.
and he just kind of sighs and goes like, "You got it." As he like goes to get some of the servants, and in a very like brief time, they do bring all the supplies to you that you can like use and abuse. Yeah.
Go. Senna, so obviously I'm not one to kick a gift horse in the mouth. What brings you in your kindness?
I like glance at Dia. But I mean, also, you know, my family is blessed with wealth, and it is only fair to extend that kindness to our neighbors. One day I will be queen, much like you, and I would like for us and our queendoms to get along. I mean, granted, it is our policy to not have favorites and not get involved in wars, so I can only go so far and provide sort of and I pointedly like look around at our surroundings, charitable assistance.
You do see a copper general nearby.
You, I'm sure you wouldn't want to take on your bestie in an unsolicited warfare.
Oh,
And I like kind of
absolutely.
glance at Dia.
Well, I mean, not warfare, but a battle for fun. Absolutely. I love a battle. But warfare is not really what we as a people are all about.
You like gambling, right, princess?
Absolutely.
And you said you were keen on the martial arts, correct?
I am.
How about we make some memories between old friends?
Okay.
New memories. Hey, Dia. I believe in you. I trust in you as our lead general. How would you both like to spar? Like old times.
Well, I cannot deny my queen her wish.
Oh, she's only saying that because she
So-
knows she'll lose.
Oh, did you
Oh,
hear
well,
that?
let us discuss what is your weapon of choice.
And she's gonna like flick back one of her skirts, or well, not one of her skirts, but like a part of her skirt, to just sort of highlight the short sword that is at her waist.
Oh, that's so adorable. And then basically, Dia kind of turns her hip, where basically it's this huge long sword that has the jeweled, encrusted hilt to it.
Nice. Hmm. Flashy.
I mean, I can always try to borrow a short sword.
No, you don't need to. Trust me. It'll be fine.
Where would we like to have this bout?
At the current moment, you guys are in the pretty much the town square of the common area of like the lower quarters essentially, where all your people are watching, and they make the C parts essentially as they're getting excited by seeing like, are they gonna fight? Oh my god! As they're like, and meanwhile, Relvin and Jackson, you guys are entering the queendom right now, and the assistants for Princess Asusena are like, yeah, I mean, as long as she doesn't get hurt, like that's the only caveat to like this whole thing. So like, as long, and then you guys walk into like this circle happening
Mhm.
of like, yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm
you
gonna
also see
point-
Azucena like snapping her fingers and just my shield.
And servants come out immediately with the
I'm gonna point to Jackson. Jackson, collect the bets in
Uh,
the circle, please.
I'm sorry, Bets, your grace. And psychically, I'm sorry, your grace. What's going on here?
Yes, what is
Oh,
the
so-
meaning of this?
Psychically, I want to quickly run you guys through it, and I said, I may have started a little bit of a bet. Hey, we all believe in Dia, correct?
is this a situation where you
Wait.
She can handle
In
herself.
what context?
Yes.
Oh, they're about to spar.
they're about to spar.
is this a situation where you take off your hoop earrings and then put them on the ground and it's like is it like crap?
Like wholly entirely. Yeah, like Azucena was definitely wearing like these ornate hoop earrings, and she's just like, oh, thank you. And, like,
So
whatever
how
serves.
should we do this? Are we doing first blood drawn from the torso,
Um,
or are
um,
we doing like she's just like naming different?
Mhm. Oh, it has to be first
girls.
blood drawn, or else it's not a real battle.
Girls. Okay, how about we do this, okay? How about those, let's say, you battle till one cannot find a way out. No harm, no foul. We do not want any disputes of sorts.
Dia, your queen cares about you so much.
Yes, she is very benevolent. She just like doesn't. She can't even call like say anything to compliment the queen at this
And-
point because she's just so
Um,
frustrated by being in this position.
And
I'm
you,
gonna say to Jackson to collect the bets around in the crowd,
Oh,
so we can also fill our coffers a bit more.
so the Jackson looks to the queen, nods, and uh, come one, come all. The exhibition between between the fierce Princess Azucena of Olteca and our wonderful own General Dia. Again, no harm to be done to either of them, but if you would like to, I wager, since that is all fun and fair, please place your wagers. Again, even odds. This is again a toss-up, and again an exhibition. As he looks to Dia, nodding. Exhibition.
you're like sharpening your sword. You're just like
Robin, can you please keep an eye out on the crowd for any foul play or those we do not want involved? Please.
Absolutely, Your Grace.
and you see Secret Service is having a harder time dealing with this as yeah. So you and Shibaka does help out of like, bets here, place your bets. Who's and then they're just like doing their thing. So what we'll do for the sake of time is do first blood. So have you guys do initiative to see which one you go first, and then as you guys go, the first one to or the person to deal the most damage in the turn will win that sort of round. That way, if you guys both strike, then yeah. And perfect. So go ahead and roll initiative. Oh my god, I did not expect PvP.
I'm involved. Expect everything and nothing at the same time.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I got 17.
17? Okay.
I got a nat 20 for 22.
Wow, mírala.
Okay. So the first one is Dia. So Dia, you'll go first. You guys are like, you know, about maybe 10 feet apart or so, as there's a huge crowd of people around you guys, both like soldiers of Asusena who are indulging in sort of the stuff. The honor guard are right there just in case it goes too far, and your military might is also around you guys, cheering your name as they like are very loyal to their general. And what would you like to do?
So basically, what everyone will see is that Dia kind of takes like a low stance. It almost looks like it's very similar to that of like if you imagine like what a samurai would do to lower oneself to place the hand on the longsword. As she grasps the sword to draw it, you will all of a sudden see where her hand there's almost like this bright red flame that ignites, and she basically slides her hand across the blade, and she's casting Searing Smite over the blade at second level. And as she basically takes position, she looks over and does like a little like devilish smile. I hope you're ready, princess. And then she's going to go forward to strike at where basically wherever there is the most easiest way for her to draw blood. Like if because she is wearing an elaborate outfit, so I'm trying to remember visually. Even if it's like the arm, it's not going to be a vital organ in any way, but it's going to be something where it's going to
The
be obvious to
jugular,
everyone.
just like
It's going to be everyone's going to
Okay.
see
Okay.
that obviously like she was hit.
Perfect. So go to roll again. You guys both have bonuses as well as rerolls in your pocket if you would like to use them. You use them on each other. You don't have to worry about the rest of the session. It's fine. It's all good.
Sure, no worries. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. Cool. Okay. So that would be to
Don't
hit.
forget the crit.
And it was not a 20, so there you don't have to worry there. But it was a 24.
That'll hit.
And it was two-handed, so that way it is a 1d10 plus 4 in
Okay.
addition to because I did that bonus action 2d6 in addition to that as well.
Okay. Go roll your
I do
damage.
need, let me see. I think I will need her to roll a Constitution. For it would have to beat a 14.
And don't forget your auras if they have any impact. Yeah.
Ooh, that is a great point. Let me double check what my aura is.
What did I do? What did I do?
Oh, it's Dragon Ball Z. The ground is crackling and there's lightning randomly and
So this is to determine whether or not the Syrian Smite actually even hits.
I need to double check what my aura is. But yeah, no, it'll hit. I didn't get a good roll on that Constitution save.
Okay, so then that is for the regular, the 1d10, it's 11 points of damage with, let me roll the 2d6s. So that is 19 points of damage.
total.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So 19 points of non-lethal, and then anything else for you?
No, it does say that basically wherever I hit it did ignite in flames. So she is currently on fire.
There's an
Totally
ooh
fine.
and the ah of the.
Yeah, so that is definitely happening
Okay. And
until
then,
it gets doused or basically rolled a higher constitution.
and then Princess Asusena.
Yeah. I definitely take that hit, and as I turn around and I'm lit with flame, you just see like the biggest smile in the world, and I'm cackling. I'm just like, that was so great. I'm going to go grab my weapon, and as I do, from my hand and then like up through my hair, just you see all this lightning and almost like hear like a of thunder as I cast Thunderous Smite. Um, and I'm going to roll. Man, it has been a minute since I played a martial class. Let's go. Okay. Um, that's gonna be 21 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And it's a short sword, so it is one-handed, but you know. Okay, and that's gonna be 5 and 6. That's 11, and then this Thunderous Smite. That's another 2d6.
And you do have access
Oh wait,
to
no.
Divine Smite if you need it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, I need a strength saving throw first on this Thunderous Smite before I roll it.
So, Dia,
But I do
strength.
think that because of the fact that we're using when we use the spell, we're not able to use an additional divine smite.
I don't
to my
think so.
understanding, because of the fact
Oh,
that
yeah,
the
yeah,
spell
that's right.
has already been cast.
That's a bonus action or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, strength saving throw for Dia.
Okay. Which my strength is a 19, so
Yeah, you'll probably be fine.
okay, and then that's that was a 19 plus 4.
Yeah, you're all good.
23.
But yeah, so that's gonna be at least 11 points of damage.
Perfect.
Okay.
So
perfect.
you do watch as these two like top tier paladins pull out their abilities, worshiping two different deities, as everyone oohs and ahs essentially at this and cheering on their princess and their lord general and everything. As you see Dia open up the fight with a massive fire attack, and then Princess Asusena going with a lightning slash thunder attack and everything. And you see there's craters in the ground where everything is, and both like strong powerful women have drawn blood in some capacity, and there's dents in the armor and everything. But you can see that the princess has taken a little bit more damage than did Dia. So Dia is declared like the winner, as the crowds like cheer in respect and all. And it really depends. So Asusena, like normally after a fight, you guys go and shake hands and like all that kind of stuff. How would you like to handle etiquette?
I think I could like run over and throw my arms around Dia. And just a big hug.
Like Dia's gonna quickly, because like she's just like kind of
Cheaty
almost like
check.
still on
There you go.
defense, but like, oh wait,
Yeah.
okay, this is not an act, like we're done. So she's gonna, when she sees that it's not like one of those things, like gonna attack again, she'll sheath her sword really fast and then kind of like awkwardly, because Dia's not a hugger, so
Oh
gonna
no.
do the
Patter.
weird
Yeah.
like
Yeah, pat.
with
Perfect.
open hands, so
But-
it just looks really odd.
You do have a healthy amount of respect for Princess Asusena, because out of all like the warriors you've met, she's clearly one of the more higher skilled like of them. She's not a commoner by any means. She's not just a normal royal who like doesn't really know anything. She's like trained hard and everything. Yeah.
I will say that as she does that, wherever she hit the princess, basically you will feel again. It's almost like a warmth. Somebody would see that basically it's more like now a golden flame that kind of is on Dia's hand, and she's actually laying on hands the amount that the princess took as far as damage, and so she is now healed for that 11 points of damage.
Well, she took
Yeah.
19. So
19, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 19. Yeah, 19. My bad.
You're good.
But
But
I
that's
will
because I have enough for lay on hands.
Yeah.
She's gonna do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I will in return do, like when Asusena pulls away, she takes Dia's hands and squeezes them in like a little handhold moment, and I will lay on hands for 11, and the feeling that you get, it's different. It's not like that physical warmth, but it is that sensation of like awe and success. That warmth and that inner pride of, wow, I've done something special in this moment. That is the closest that I can explain to the sensation.
And Jackson?
So as the two paladins are doing this, Jackson is going to nervously look to the rest of the crowds, and Well, I believe that was quite the exhibition, but what we can take from both here is that with the combined might of the kingdoms of Tayyar and Olteka, everyone is a winner here. And he raises his hands in, are you not
Diplomatic.
entertained, my friends?
Uh,
Can
persuasion
Not
roll with
that
advantage.
line.
Yeah.
I walk over to the two girls?
Uh,
Obviously, like I
really.
just like take both your hands and kind of go, "Ah, amazing fighters and entertainers for you today. Congratulations to you both
So
for a memorable fight."
Jackson going to do persuasion roll as you address the crowd with advantage.
Okay, I will go ahead. That will be 14 plus. I'm gonna, use. Do I need to use that +3 that I was gifted earlier because I never used
It's
it
up
earlier?
to you. Nothing's gonna happen this session. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it because I rolled a 14.
Oh, I was gonna say because here's what Relvin can also just ride off of that energy as well. Stronger united.
And then as you hear in your like earpiece, like sniper standing down as and then yes, so at this moment it starts off the day well, that leads into the night, as there's a montage of you guys going from brothel to casino to like all sorts of entertainment. At some point you play like dice in the alleyways with like the commoners and all that kind of stuff. So you do
This whole hag, there's a hag in the alleyway.
you do everything, and it's like it's been a while since you guys, because for all of you, you realize with this medicine, with the arcane replicators, with the amount of gold you've received, TR had its head barely above water, but you guys did a great job because you were sinking and drowning before. But now you are elevated, beyond the proverbial water, where you are in, all of your problems are alleviated because of her one visit. In one conversation, everything has changed for you guys, where you're able to provide for your queendom in every single way. So there definitely is reason to celebrate here as you indulge in your vices. So one by one, really quick, let me know, as you travel to all these different places of business, what is your vice that you like lean into that you feel like a character would do? And we're gonna start off with the most conservatives. Let's do Relvin first.
Oh, Relvin is definitely partaking of the finest of wines.
Perfect. Oh my gosh. And then Dia. How does Dia let loose?
Dia is also too a wine connoisseur of sorts. She prefers her deep red, full bodied wines. I don't know what Relvin usually goes for, but I think that because those two have probably gone to a winery on occasion, that's definitely like their thing. While everyone else has, I don't know, God knows what.
Perfect.
Bottom shelf tequila.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But I mean, it might have
Kirkland,
expanded from there.
Mhm.
But Dia would have told the princess that was rather impressive.
You see the princess's like entire face turn like the same sort of warm flush as her hair, like that pinky orangey just flush. Um and all of that bravado just dies down as just this girl who is doing her best all the time, maybe even to her detriment, looks up at this woman that she deeply respects and just like, thank you. Um that means a lot coming from you.
with a lot
I
more. Oh, sorry, go.
I I must admit, I can't continue a charade because I feel like it's not honorable. I definitely did forget our time training together, and I deeply apologize because obviously you took great efforts to really harness your power and to really show great might on the battlefield. So I do apologize. I was often very focused on my studies and in my training. My father expected nothing less than success and the highest of achievements from me. So my concentration may have been focused elsewhere, if that makes sense.
That's okay. I mean, honestly, that's part of why I've pushed myself so much. I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't know it was because of your family or your parents. I just thought that you were very dedicated
Oh,
and I'll
I,
take
I mean, I
my
am. I
family.
am. Don't get me wrong, but of course, it's
Yeah.
carrying on as you know, as a princess and soon to be queen. Well, I am not in that same position. I do have a heavy burden of responsibility to as protector of this kingdom.
Exactly. My parents have done so much to uplift our people and create a era of prosperity for them. And now when I sit here and I struggle to figure out what my legacy will be, I decided to take some inspiration from you, and my legacy will be protection and continuing that prosperity and making sure it's never at risk.
I, for the first time in a long time, I am truly speechless. I don't think I've ever had anyone say something like that to me, but it does mean a lot, and thank you, Your Highness.
Well, I mean, we can't have a good time if like we have to worry about wars on our border all the time anyway, so it goes hand in hand.
Okay.
Oh no, she's just gonna be like, you and Queen Eclipse will get along very well.
So everyone go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw to see how much you slur your words and how
Did this
Momo.
conversation
Oh,
even
let's
happen?
go.
Yes.
Let's go. I'm a
Oh.
fucking pro.
I need new
Oh, yay.
dice. I need to stop rolling this dice. I need to change up
It's
my dice.
great.
Yeah.
17? Okay.
17.
17.
5.
5? Okay.
You
You're,
need to put that in a dice jail somewhere.
I truly am leaning on you. You're so great. You're so great, and you're
Like,
so
yeah,
pretty.
we progressed from like us having that conversation, and then it became like
in your
she had a
minds,
couple
it was
shots.
yeah. In your minds, it was like so like professional and genuine, but then you
And
guys were like,
eloquent.
yeah.
Wait, what languages does the princess speak, by the way?
I speak Elvish, Primordial, and Common.
Okay, so she would be speaking to you in Elvish then. Like, so
Oh,
basically
yeah.
everyone, like, but everyone knows I think, except I don't know, Jackson may know Elvish.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like I took
Perfect.
Goblin in
I,
high
That's a
school.
good
I
one.
Yeah.
hate to tell you
Perfect.
this. I hate to
Perfect.
tell you this. I also have dark vision. So you're really
So now you will be both literally and metaphorically in the dark.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, yes,
Oh, good.
that's,
You're
I
like the
just wanted
designated
to
driver.
know what language, because I was actually trying to make sure that Jackson couldn't speak whatever we were speaking. This is fantastic.
Oh my
On
god.
brand.
So
On
yeah, it's
brand.
just like slurred singing.
Our coin master just sits there with his coins. Just
so
like,
yeah, right? As you're paying for everything. Yeah. So
It's just like-
Jackson, how do you let loose?
Didn't we determine that Jackson's major vice was lust?
Yeah.
True, the brothel.
So-
Probably also
so it would
karaoke.
be-
Yeah.
Yeah, karaoke at a brothel. It would be
Yeah, there you go.
that. Yes.
Perfect. And then an eclipse.
Yes.
How do you let loose? How do you feel about tequila?
Bottom shelf tequila
Yeah.
and buttloads of it because she is greedy. As well as the buttload of tequila leading to dancing on tables and eventually on stage with some other people, some strippers and females of sorts.
Perfect. And then what about you, Princess? How do you let loose? What is your ultimate vice?
It is technically lust, but it's a very specific lust. So at some point, whenever we end up in front or in the audience of a goblin polka band, the princess is just so not involved in anything that anybody is saying, and she is just like hard eyes trained on these goblins. And they're
As it-
So it was polka, not poker.
yeah,
We'll say
polka,
both. Yeah.
yeah,
And
it's both.
yeah, there you go. As yeah, and even when they're like, form the pit, you're still like down, like looking. So perfect. You guys go through this montage as you're drinking, you're eating, you're doing all this sort of stuff, and letting loose for the first time in like what feels like a lifetime. As Robin.
Oh, the only thing that I will say as a caveat is during the time at the brothel, Relvin definitely was more of a voyeur than a active participant.
Perfect. And what was your Constitution saving throw?
12.
12. Okay. Perfect. And then Jackson, what was yours?
What was mine? 13.
13. Okay. So like solid-ish. All right. Perfect. So as you go through this whole like tirade of visiting like bar hopping, brothel hopping, all that sort of stuff, and going to all these places, you eventually end up back in the castle of Tayyar as you stumble down into actually you're fumbling with the keys for the vault of Tayyar, as you there's this chamber of all the magical weapons that you guys have accumulated, whether they be ancient relics or what have you. And we're gonna see what happens after we take like a 10-minute break for this. So please stay tuned. We will be back very, very soon. Thank you again to Liv for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Coconut rum.
Hey everyone, thank you for waiting for that brief pause and all that kind of stuff. And we are back at it with more TR for our season finale. We're gonna go ahead and really quick do a brief like reset the room and have everyone reintroduce themselves briefly. That way everyone knows who's with us tonight and everything. So we're gonna start off once again with our guest for this evening, Liv.
Hi, I'm Liv. You can find me on Twitter at Livinaday. I am playing Princess Azucena, a little chaotic being who's just here to have a good time and hang out with her friends, old and new, or friends she thought was old, but maybe is new now. Um, I run around all over. I play TTRPGs, so you should follow me on Twitter at Live in a Day. I'm Liv. It's my day. I'm in it to find out where I'm going to be next.
Perfect. And then going over to Rising Valkyrie.
Hello. I may not be your favorite, but I am a Brit of sorts, I think. Anyway, yes, you can find me at Rising Valkyrie on Instagram, at Rising Valkyrie J on Twitter, where there's just pretty much tumbleweeds and cricket, so good luck. As well as I'll be on another session streamed on Cyber Nation Uncensored. My brain just had a fart. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. my time, which is British summertime, 12 p.m. PST, and 3 p.m. EST. Oh my god, time zones. Which will be super fun. Session 2, we'll see how it goes. Last time I spun around a spiral staircase, so here we are. And coming up soon, as well as hopefully there will be an interview posted on Women of D&D on Instagram and Twitter about me, so stay tuned.
Perfect. And then Discount Bard.
Hi everyone, Eddie, your discount bard, your humble entertainer and storyteller, hoping to bring a little bit of light to your day. I'm here today as Relvin, who is our spy master and a little bit aloof, but still nonetheless letting loose with his compatriots and wondering what is going on with this very generous princess. Otherwise, you can follow me on all my various antics across the social medias at Discount Bard. I do other TTRPG content. I also stream content on my channel. It's chaos. We love it. On to the next one.
Perfect. And then Duralath.
Hey everyone, Andrew J. Landy checking in here as Jackson Arcega, your coin master, who's trying to make sure that we don't screw all this up and make sure that we secure the bag. You can find me at Andrew J. Landy on Twitter and Instagram. What are we waiting for? Let's get it on to the. I'm gonna throw it to the next one.
Perfect. And then Utahime.
Hi guys, I'm Utahime. I'm really, really excited to see what happens, especially since there is a rekindling of a friendship that Dia forgot about, but now there's a friendship. Yay! She is also too. I forgot to mention earlier that she is. I think I said it at some point. She is a high half elf. Well, she's not high, but okay, you get it. Anyway,
She might be high.
she might be. I don't know. After
at this
all of
point,
the
yeah.
but yes, if you want to catch me on social media, I'm up to a lot of different TTRPG shenanigans. Some announcements coming soon. That's UTAHIME, Utahime cosplay, and that's on everything, including TikTok. I am learning how to TikTok. It's been a struggle bus. I'm a grandma, so bear with me. And also too at Brianna DeCosta on Twitter, where I've been definitely a little bit more active. So you could definitely catch me there on the regular.
Can we talk about how good of a day Dia is having? Like, all of a sudden, this rich bitch pops out of nowhere and is like, "Oh my god, you're my bestie. Here's
His
millions of
gifts.
dollars."
And she's
Legit,
just
yeah.
like, she feels really bad. So that's why it's like she had to tell her, listen,
Yeah.
I wish I remembered, but I was so focused on so many other things. I apologize, because that's just what I mean, I think any decent
Human being would do
human
that,
being
yeah.
would, or humanoid would do, in my opinion.
That's so amazing. Okay. For the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and do an unskippable cutscene, essentially, as you guys are, for the most part, are pretty like high, intoxicated, like living your best life. And as you guys kind of like your memory spotting, Relvin is probably the one that knows the most because they were the one that was like, that had their stuff together the most. But essentially, the princess had a great idea that when she likes to get drunk and just like party, she loves to go into the magic vault and just play with the magical items that are available, like wand of magic missiles and flame tongue sword and all that sort of stuff. And essentially that's what you guys like did, as like to Relvin's horror but also enjoyment too, and with the caveat that like if anything breaks, if anyone gets injured, it's on the princess's tab because it's like no worries whatsoever. And sure enough, you guys had a great time just like playing in the vault, like kids essentially, dangerous kids, but like kids nonetheless. When unfortunately, one of the items to actually that was on display that was a relic, that was this sort of like memory crystal that you could peer into, and it would show you like vivid images of a certain memory that you wanted to see. Ended up shattering, which gave quite a bit of an explosion unexpectedly. And because you guys were kind of drunk, kind of slow to the draw, and everything like that, you got engulfed in this sort of just warp essentially, as things around you started to act weird. Now in the current state, you guys can see that there are cracks in the foundation. There's like some chipped paint. This place did not receive a lot of love because no one really sees this vault at all, but it's pretty worn down and all that kind of stuff. However, as and you guys will probably be like over here in by this like very large crystal thing. That's completely fine, no issues at all. You guys end up like breaking this crystal. You get engulfed by this stuff, and then you end up finding yourself in a like much better, well taken care of and well maintained area with like twice the amount of chests and magical items and relics and all this sort of stuff that's here. As your heads are like kind of groggy and they kind of like hurt a little bit. Everyone, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. You're gonna need a 16 or higher in order to succeed.
Goodness.
That's a 12.
All right, you throw up.
Yep.
Oh wait, I have a reroll, right?
You guys all have rerolls, I believe. Yeah, if you want to use it.
Oh, whew, thank God.
So
Okay.
I'm assuming that if we use the reroll, we are committed to our reroll. Yes.
I'll let you choose a higher of the two. Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, my choices are a 1 or a 2.
Oh,
Brutal.
You definitely like, yeah,
No.
you bleh. Yeah.
26.
But you're fine. You take another drink.
21.
Yeah.
21
Yeah, you guys
after that
both
reroll. Thank God.
21. Let's go.
perfect.
Blackjack.
So the three of you are like
I'm
mostly
pretty sure I just held up about 200 gold.
Oh.
I like Senna wipes her mouth and then just like reaches out to Cliff to just give me the body to wash it out. Just give me the bottle.
you guys help each other to like hold your hair back as you like vomit. So yes. It is at this time that you guys are kind of like gathering yourselves as you look to the walls, and no longer are there cracks in the foundation. No longer is there chips in the paint. It looks fresh. It looks clean, smooth, and there's double the amount of resources here that, as I said before, when suddenly you hear the sound of a door cracking open. It is at this moment that you do see what appears to be like a very young sort of orc that comes through in like the Tayyar regalia, but an older regalia, much older. It's not the modern sort of outfit that you guys are sort of used to. It's dated. and it looks fresh, no dents, no anything whatsoever. As he comes through, and he's like there with another chest of stuff to like deliver, and he stops as he sees you guys, and he goes like, "Oh my god!" And he puts the chest down. He goes like, "House Arsega, Guha, was it Yanleas?
Yes, Yanlius.
Yanlias." And then he looks to Asusena and goes like, Olteca, and he goes like, "Oh, and then I don't know who you are, but you look important. Oh, I think you guys should come with me, right away, because the servants must have guided you to the wrong place. I think you're the like ambassadors from your guys' houses and everything, right?" As you see him kind of confused, definitely like he seems green, both literally and like emotionally, but yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to him and go, you don't know who I am?
And he looks to you and he blushes as he goes like, I'm so sorry, I don't, but the queen must have summoned you, and the servants like must have guided you to the wrong area, because, and I'm so sorry about that. Please, you got to forgive our staff, we're very overwhelmed right now, but we can, if you follow me, I can guide you to her really quick."
Who's the queen at the moment?
And he kind of like laughs and he goes like, "Queen Lucretia, of course," as he like looks to you, and which you know is your mother. Yeah.
Okay.
What
I'm gonna
is
take
the
a.
meaning of this?
Oh.
What he means to say is, what? Sorry, we've been on a very long day of travel, and you have to bear with me. What is the reason we're all gathered again today?
And he looks to you and he goes like, um I probably shouldn't tell you. She's the one that specifically asked me to secretly like send messages to you guys to bring you here. So she'll probably want to tell you herself.
But you could tell us.
Persuasion roll.
Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be a 19.
19. Oh yeah, perfect.
Mhm.
You like warm up to him essentially, and he looks. He goes like, uh, well, um, you guys are, how do I say this? From like, some of you are from lower houses, and she has this problem. She believes there's treason that's at afoot, so she wants to reach out to people who are not involved in her inner circle to help her out. But I don't know why she would summon Olteca, and I don't quite know who you are. But as she looks to Eclipse, or he looks to Eclipse, and he goes like, "I'm so sorry. I should introduce myself. My name is Bruce." As he like hands out his hand.
Hey, Brucey. Do you have a cigar at hand, by any chance?
And he goes, "No, it's not allowed while on duty."
Do. Okay, and then do I still have a tequila bottle on me or no?
You do, yeah.
Okay, I'm taking a good swig out of that.
And we'll there was a point where you're supposed to like take some relics, so we're just gonna say you guys were able to snag a portable hole and a bag of holding that Relvin and Princess Asusina probably threw up in. So yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad that my vomit is now existing in another plane.
Dimension, yeah.
Better that than my shoes.
And gotta clean it up.
True, true, true. So Bruce goes, "Follow me this way, and I'll get you to where you need to go. I'm so sorry for the servants guiding you in the wrong direction." And he definitely looks to like both Dia and also Jackson, and goes like, "I just want to say I'm a huge fan of your guys' houses. It's like amazing. You guys are formidable warriors, and like I hope to like measure up to you guys one day."
Jackson, who are you? Oh, you were serious.
You see him take 1d20 emotional damage as yeah.
do do I have a crown on or no?
It's up to you. Do you feel like it would have fallen off? Actually, go ahead and roll a d20. 11 or above, you have it, or you don't if you don't want to, and 10 or below, you don't have it. You lost it somewhere.
An 18.
18. Okay. It's up to you. You have it if you'd like to.
I'm gonna say I have it on, but I'm gonna put my hood up, my rogue hood, on top of it.
Okay, perfect. So you do like have it with you, as you see that Bruce is like really trying hard to like guide you guys up. Do you follow?
I'm gonna lead the way.
Sure. You guys know this area. It like this is the same castle you spend literally every day in. So, you head up the spiral staircase, leading up to the first floor. As you can clearly see that everything around you guys, is just all super, like pristine. Essentially, the vases, the rugs, the curtains, everything looks immaculate here. And you can clearly see that as you get up, there's a lot of commotion here. This place is filled with commoners that are like lined up to go to the actual like throne room to hear the to kind of like plead to the queen and everything. Yeah, he will guide you guys over
Do we,
here.
do we still have a group chat?
We're gonna say how long did it last? 4 hours or something like that?
6.
6? Sure. We'll say you're at the tail end of it.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly say, Relvin, what magic is this? What's happened?
I'm not sure. I've never seen anything like this before. This falls outside of my area of expertise.
Did we walk past any of my siblings' bedrooms or anything?
You're on the first floor, so no, they would be on like the second floor. So
Guys, would I recognize any people in the crowd running around, like the kids and stuff?
not
Or
really.
no?
Unfortunately, not. Yeah. You well, actually, go ahead and make a perception roll.
Mhm. Feel like if my siblings are running around, I might be able to notice them. That is 21 because I got a +8 on my perception.
Okay. So with a 21 to your perception, you do look around and you do spot various kids that you used to play with, and you do see certain like their parents around that were staff at the castle and all that kind of stuff. And you recognize that this is before the plague, like had and before the downfall of TR essentially. That you guys are actually at, where it's in its prime essentially, and all the guards, there's like tons of them around, and the commoners are murmuring to themselves, merchants it seems like, as they go like the taxes are too high, like we have to say something about it. It cannot go on for much longer. And then someone else goes like, yeah, but they people have gotten banished or even killed for speaking out against the queen. Is it really like worth it? Like I don't think, you know. And they just hear them all, like all of their grievances, but they say it in hushed tones, not brave enough to outright yell or say anything like that.
Would
As
I know in its heyday,
Mhm.
my kingdom or my mother's kingdom? Would I have known if I'd existed and also went off to be a bounty hunter?
You're unsure at this moment. You know that it's before the plague,
Okay.
but the plague came about like a year ago, essentially, which forced all of you to like converge and come back to TR and everything.
Okay.
And also, Princess Azucena, how are you feeling about everything right now? As you came to party and then suddenly you're
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a whiplash because, like, there was this really attractive young orc, and then all of a sudden, I just got this weird vibe from everybody of like, no, 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 don't. It's a no. Like when your friends are like, no, come over here. And I do think like I'm kind of coming out of the stupor a bit, especially because everybody does seem so on edge, and they're also doing that thing where they all look at each other, but nobody's saying
yeah, there's like
anything.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So I think I'm just looking around trying to get a grasp of everything.
Yeah.
Like obviously we hear those people whispering. I'm trying to think like my family can afford and owns a lot of magical items.
Mhm.
And we were messing around and throwing magical items around. Could I maybe do like an arcana check to try to remember anything about the item that we broke?
100%. Go ahead. Yep.
Okay, cool. And maybe that'll kind of get us on task. Never mind, that's a 9.
You're still maybe the anxiety is like taking over you as you're like, I
Yeah.
don't see my people, I don't see my honor guard, I don't see
Yeah. Like I'm by myself.
for the first time in your whole entire life, you are
Yeah.
alone as far as your people are concerned. Uh,
Following up on the ponderance of Queen Eclipse's question, Relvin is going to be backtracking through the series of the last
sure.
several hours and trying to figure out what happened. Um, would I be able to go through any of that and try and make a similar attempt?
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and roll Arcana or Investigation if you want to, and with advantage. Yeah.
Well, apparently I seem to be rather confused myself. 11 is the highest I rolled.
Okay. So yeah, again, you guys are getting done with being high and being drunk and all that kind of stuff. So and you're sobering up as fast as possible. So it's very hard, but you touch the things around you and it feels real. There is a slight which all of you guys but Jackson can feel like a slight hum of arcane energy from everything around you, but you can still touch it, you can taste it, smell it, all that sort of stuff, and it all feels real. At this moment, Bruce goes up to the front of this like these chamber doors, and the guards like make way for him as he goes like there's a special request from the queen. She's expecting these ambassadors and diplomats and everything, and then the doors open up, and you see that there's a council meeting essentially going on, where you see her the queen Lucretia is there in her full regalia, very very daunting as she favors black and purple and all this sort of stuff. She was also a sorceress, just like her daughter, essentially. And she sits in front of two commoners that kind of say that like our schools are falling apart. We don't have like the supplies and resources to be able to educate our youth. We don't want them to grow up to become like ruffians or anything like that. We want to give them a quality education. So please, are you able to give us any sort of extra funding to be able to do this? And she goes like, no, there's no more room in the budget. All funding is going towards the war effort to be able to get our troops on the front lines the supplies they need to be able to continue our conquest. And they just kind of like seem very dissatisfied with this. And as they try to dispute this, you do see her get excited, like a completely head over heels for you guys entering this sort of room, as it feels very very odd. Now all of you guys were much younger, or not even born yet when the queen Lucretia was in charge. As you see her now as an adult, and you can clearly see that there's an aura of like power to her and intimidation as she stands up now over her actual desk, the same desk that you guys have your council meetings through and see people and everything. You can see that there is a paladin by her side that seems extremely daunting. There's a mage that seems very powerful, and there's also it seems like a warrior that is sitting in the council sort of like chairs. And as the queen stands up and goes, everything is ended. I don't have any more room to see anyone today. I have some diplomats that I've been waiting for from the different houses and everything else. And everyone looks kind of shocked and disturbed by this, as they're like, oh, but I'm so sorry, my queen, but we promised that we'd hear the grievances of like the commoners. And she goes like, I do not care, like we will see them tomorrow. I need to handle a very important matter. And the paladin to her sort of right kind of looks over to the other council members, and they don't seem to understand what's going on, and they kind of lean over and go like, my queen, what is going on here? And she goes like, I'm not going to require your guys' services. I need you guys to leave the room immediately. And they kind of look to each other and they go like, but we're your council, why would you, what would you have to talk with them about that you can't talk in front of us? And she goes like, don't question me, otherwise I'm gonna have to find more council members. And they just seem stunned and very upset by this, but eventually, inevitably, get up from their chairs and gather their things and then walk out, eyeing you guys not so pleasant in not so pleasant a manner, as they make way for you. And go for it.
Sorry. In my head, really quickly, to my council with women and men, I'm gonna say, do you guys know them? 'Cause I know a lot of you come from a long line of council people.
And we roll.
Absolutely, go
Do
ahead and do
we?
history. Yeah. I would say Relvin, you can do it with advantage because you are the spy master and you're required to look at the history books.
18.
14.
14? Okay.
14 as well.
Okay, perfect. So you know that is the Lord General Kenna. It was a very strong, powerful woman. You see the Coin Master Cortez and Spy Master Hurin, and they were all very adept at their skills and everything like that. Unfortunately, they were wiped out during an assassination attempt on the Queen's life, and they served very strongly and all kind of stuff, which many points to like this beginning of the downfall of Tayyar when her council members like suddenly died and they were replaced with the new council members. And then one thing left after another happened to them. But
Do we know the timeline that when this happened?
you do. It's kind of like about 40, 45 years ago or so. So for the elves, you guys were probably way like teenagers or young adults and everything. And then probably Asusena as well, because I think Genasi's live longer than normal humans, maybe.
I feel like that got changed. I feel like once upon a time it was like standard humans, and now it's like whatever.
Yeah. And then
Wait,
So
wait, would this
Dia
have
will
been-
relay that information within their telepathic link.
group chat.
GM,
Yeah.
would that have been when I'd given my speech? Because you said about 40 years ago as well in human years.
Correct. So this, that the day before you had to give that speech, or there was an assassination attempt on your mom's life, where they kidnapped her and took her away from the castle, and it was a whole day of chaos. And the following day, after you missed your mom a ton, that happened to you, and then you were shortly after sent away. So
Okay. Okay. Hmm. So I'm gonna relay that to you guys in my head quickly, and I'm gonna.
you're like, I had a
whisper
dream
it.
last night, and then
Yeah. I'm gonna whisper this to
Uh-huh.
the princess. I can't pronounce your name. I'm so
Senna.
Senna, yeah.
Just Senna, just to fill you in, because I don't want you to be having FOMO, and I don't.
I appreciate that deeply.
So I'm gonna whisper it under my breath, but basically, jog. Like this is what I know of, and if this is the case, like Bruce told us, we're looking for a snake.
Somehow it seems that we're experiencing events that have already come to pass.
Doesn't that mean if we alter them, then it also changes the future?
In theory, I suppose so, but this is all completely in theory. I've only read on concepts, on formulas that those have pondered, but this is never something that I've actually seen enacted.
So at
It's
this,
not.
go for it.
Surely the plague still occurs. It's a plague, right?
But then what if we can find the source of the plague? Then the plague will not harm the citizens of Tayyar.
Agreed, but my mother will continue to harm the citizens of Tayyar.
And all the actions that we have procured over the course of the rule that we have had would never take place, and the good that we have accomplished would never occur.
That's
So-
true.
So Jackson, would you like to add anything before the Queen speaks? No? Okay. Anything for you, Senna?
No, I am like watching those people leave though. The people that just like were sitting here and asking for basic human rights and just were like, no.
Yeah.
I am kind of like, oh, okay.
So it is at this moment you guys are in like deep conversation, kind of giving each other glances of like your emotional states and all that kind of stuff as you talk amongst yourselves. It's at this point your group chat ends, like and it's you have to reactivate it if you'd like to do it again. But the queen then speaks as she leaves her sort of podium and comes down to you guys, and you see her like take off her tiara that or crown rather, that seems very heavy, and she kind of sighs as she goes, I cannot thank you enough for coming here on such short notice. I am so sorry to summon you at such a haste, and like I don't remember summoning Olteca, and I don't quite know who you are, but nevertheless, your assistance is wonderful. Thank you so much for this, Bruce. As Bruce kind of like gives a salute and he goes like, "Do you want me to leave?" And he goes, "No, Bruce, you're actually invaluable. I really appreciate you. Please make sure go ahead and bar the door. That way it can't be like opened while I speak to them." And he goes like, "Of course, you know." So he like locks the door and then like bars it. Um, and you see her go like, "I am so sorry, but this is just a formality." As you see her begin to cast a spell of Zone of Truth and lay it before your feet, as you feel compelled to tell like the sort of truth to her, and she goes like, "Do you have any sort of ill will towards me and taking my life?" As she asks you out all directly, and you see fear and anxiety are all over her face. And we won't have you roll for that unless you do have like it will.
Oh, only when like your mum's a bully, but otherwise.
Ill will, yes. Enough to take your life? No.
And she winces at that a little bit, but allows it to pass as none of you act violently or like volatile in any way. And she kind of sighs and then like brings over a bottle of tequila and she like pours you guys sort of like glasses and she goes, "I fear that I am at my darkest hour. I've been plagued by a witch of all things who have somehow penetrated our magical defenses and has visited me in my dreams, and she has told me that of a terrible misfortune that is to take place of Tayyar, and that I am to be betrayed by my closest allies. Because of this, I had to reach out to some of the lower houses, not to say anything bad about the strength and courage and capability of your people, but I just don't work closely enough with you and your houses. But I rely on you now because of that distance. That I know I can trust you because I don't believe you would plot against me in any way, shape, or form, and I trust that this is enough proof for that." Um, and she goes, and she kind of like rapidly says all this as she's kind of shaking as she hands you guys all drinks, which is very odd because the queen never hands anyone anything. Always servants do, but there's no servants in this room. It's just her and Bruce along with you guys. Uh, and she tells you, um, this was because this I need you guys to escort me to the Whisperflower Woods, which is just east of here, just a short distance. But I'll need an armed escort because I can't trust my military, I can't trust my council, at all, and I need to go visit her because this witch lives in the Whisper Flower Woods, and there's a hut that I can visit. And she told me to come and visit her to know what else happens to my people and how to like avoid complete annihilation. So I must ask of you, like in my darkest hour, and I swear to you, I will do anything to help your houses and elevate, them into higher status or give you funding. Just please, I need you to escort me to these woods. As she looks very desperate and leans to you.
Does she give
I
us?
have
She gave us the shot glasses or the cup.
Correct. Yep.
As that happens, um, Dia very pointedly when she takes the cup, she almost like where she touches the queen's hand. I'm going to cast divine sense.
Sure.
Is there something that is not adding up for Dia with the fact that she knows that the queen wouldn't like, or at least from her probably her father's stories of the queen, something is off.
Sure. So with divine sense, you peer, and we'll say at the same time, Asusena, you also kind of can activate this as well, where you guys do sense that there is a shroud or a layer of evil over her. That it seems to be some power that's emanating off of her. It doesn't seem to be from her, but something has placed a curse, a hex, something of the sort over her that legitimately is powerful and is evil. Yeah.
like to say one thing I do request of you. I ask for better kindness towards 6 children. That is all I ask
And she
in
kind of
return of this service I'm about to give you. That is all I ask.
and she does look to you and eye you up and down, and she goes like, I am great to my children. I'm a wonderful mother, and I do whatever I can to help and support them. Also, who even are you? As she like looks to you, and
um, I'm here as hi.
I'm
Okay, okay.
Stephanie. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I literally was about to say that. My name is Stephanie.
How exotic.
Pleasure to meet you, Manish. Just here as extra protection, hired by
Deception.
the deception or perception.
Deception. Yeah.
I'm gonna add. I'm gonna provide advantage by popping in and mentioning that I hired her.
Perfect. Advantage. Go for it.
Hey, that's a nat 20 plus 4. Thank
Okay.
you.
Perfect. So you say that like I'm a sellsword, nothing else. As you can, your tiara, which is a family heirloom. Do you hide that? What do you do?
Oh, it's under my hood. Like,
Oh, under
my
hood. That's
is
right.
up.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because like I'm looking the whole rogue role.
Perfect. And she goes like, I appreciate you. If you trust this sellsword or this mercenary, then like I trust them as well. That's completely fine. As and she goes, but I don't know if you should comment on how I raise my children. As but she lets it pass. As
Oh yeah, and then I reach into my bag, and my bag inside, it's still the teddy I held the day after from that speech.
from that, yeah.
Yeah, I squeeze it in like kind of anguish from her saying that bullshit.
Rowan.
Your Grace, while I understand the gravity of the situation, if you can't trust your closest advisors, what makes you think that you could trust a group such as this?
And she like takes another swig of sort of her tequila, like eerily at the same time that like Eclipse does, almost as if they're related. And she looks to you and goes like, honestly, I don't know who I can trust at this point, but what I can, my best bet is to work with people that I rarely sort of work with. That I feel strongly still have my support in my back and have never betrayed me. House Guya and Arcega and Yanlius has been like always at the forefront of their support towards me and have always been by my side. Even though I haven't elevated you to like a higher status of council members, you've been there for every conflict, and I acknowledge that now.
I'm at a loss for words.
So she looks to you, and Bruce goes like, "What do I do if like they try to get in?" And she goes, "Just buy us as much time as possible, and we will be back as hopefully soon." And she goes, "If everyone is in agreement and you guys are all good, then I will use my power, which I haven't used in a while, to teleport us as close as I can to the actual woods." So she goes
I
like,
have a question. Is
Sure.
Pravati with us too?
"Oh, I didn't even think about that. Sure, yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, yeah." And then so oh,
Oh, just as one last thing, before we do go any further, Relvin's going to turn, mutter something under his breath to himself, and do some subtle hand movements, seemingly as if he is pondering the situation.
perfect. And okay, good. I will also allow you, if you wish, to make a deception roll to ask your like other piece of you any questions if you'd like, as like sort of a third eye thing situation, if you'd like to.
Probably wouldn't do that, mostly just because I guess that's gonna be. Actually, that's a good question. I would like to search deep within myself and see if I still feel a presence.
You absolutely do, and it's looming, and it's curious as to everything around you. Yeah.
Okay, well that hasn't changed. I'm gonna uncomfortably glance over my shoulder and then finish what I was muttering and turn back to the group, intentionally not prompting questions from.
Casually, yeah. Okay. So, at this moment, she goes, all right. We got to do this quick before they come back, because my servants are always so pesky, and same with my, like, 6 kids. And she goes, all right, if you're ready, like, everyone hold hands, and I'm going to try to get us there. I haven't done this in a while, so, like, we may end up in a wall, as, she like. Do you all take your hands?
So hesitantly.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
hesitantly.
Like we all take like
Let's
a
go.
Like-
Yeah.
Like, I never hold my mother's hand.
You going first, and then yeah, we all do it.
Okay, perfect.
Relvin's gonna look at the rest of them with a very knowing look of, do we have any other choice?
So, at this moment, she does her Naruto hand signals, and you see that the runes underneath your feet begin to glow and vibrantly as it's a teleportation spell. As you see it, like take you from where you are to another place, but it seems to be on the tower of a nearby, like one of the castle walls, essentially. On roll 20, you can see it there, and while up here, she goes like, I am so sorry, I haven't done that in a while," as she's like, seems exhausted by this effort. Meanwhile, these four guards who are kind of like playing goblin poker, just kind of like look up to their like from their table and look to you guys and like, is that the queen? And they like immediately stand at attention and they're like, holy shit, she's being kidnapped. And then they immediately draw their swords and you're like, for the queen, as the queen is like exhausted and can't really like. So I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh my god. She could have said something, you know.
There we go. There it is. And let me get this. Run encounter. Okay. So Jackson,
13.
13. Okay. Rowan,
17.
17. Dia,
21.
21. Eclipse.
13.
Okay. And then Princess,
14.
14. There we go. And then I'll ship them. Perfect. So first one up is Dia. And the queen is over here.
Let's see. And then how far are they again?
They're one of them is like right next to you.
Okay. So what Dia's going to do, you'll see where there's almost like a fire that ignites in Dia's eyes, and all of a sudden there's around, because there's how many, you said there's four.
Right. 4. Yeah.
Okay, so around the two that are surrounding Eclipse, and also to or like next to Princess
Uh-huh.
and Eclipse, and then the one that is kind of in front, I believe, in front of where Jackson and like it's like on the other side of me,
Yeah.
near Jackson and Relvin. Those three, there will be a ring of fire that surrounds each of those three and kind of ignites for a second and goes away just as quickly as it came. I need them to make a charisma save.
Kind of like that. Um.
Oh, nice circle.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay. There we go. And then you said charisma save.
Yes, for each of those three.
Okay.
So not on the other one. I can only do this on 3.
Oh, they don't have a bonus at all. Okay. That's a 3. That's a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 13. These are some like Craigslist guards. So
So they all failed because they needed a 14. So basically that means that when they failed, that any attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, as long as I don't lose concentration, they have to roll a d4 and subtract the number from their attack in their saving throw. So basically I cast Bane. So that's putting them at those 3 at a disadvantage.
okay. Perfect. And then anything else for you?
I will then bonus action Shield of Faith around Eclipse.
Okay.
So you'll just see this this large shield that looks very similar to Dia's, that has her deity Kali, and it basically has like, it looks very similar, but it's just igniting, so it looks like it's basically engulfed in flames. but the flames don't basically harm Eclipse in any way.
Okay, perfect. And then after you, it's gonna go ahead and go to Relvin.
Actually, you know what? I can't do that because I'm concentrating on Bane. So that Shield of Faith didn't happen.
Okay,
That was my
it's
bad.
all right. It's not like Eclipse gonna get attacked or anything. It's fine.
That was my bad. That was my bad. I forgot that that one was not. That was also a concentration. That was my mistake.
You're good. And then Relvin.
Yeah, I was going back and forth on this, but nope. This is what's happening. So, seeing the situation and all of us being in something that Relvin really doesn't want any of us to be in, Relvin is going to form various hand gestures with his hands and is going to press his hand towards the ground, and from his hand is going to erupt a cloud of darkness that is going to completely fill this room. I'm using sorcery points so that I can take advantage of my feat, which will allow me to be able to see through the darkness.
Perfect.
But the rest of the room is engulfed in a magical darkness.
Poor Jackson.
Sorry, Jackson.
I mean, technically, we can't see either because it's magical darkness, so
It's
we
true.
won't be able to see unless we have that.
If it's magical darkness, then no, I don't think you can see unless you have Devil's Sight or something. Okay. So anything else for you?
And with that, I am going to use my movement to run towards Eclipse, and I'm going to, if she allows it, essentially grab her hand and try to beat for it to get out of there.
Sounds good. Perfect. And I think you have the ability to move your token. So if you
Yeah.
yeah,
I
feel
don't
free.
know how far you'll. Let's see. Where am I?
You didn't move, so you can use your full movement if you like to.
So that'd be right about where Prefardi is. Looks like.
And then after that, it's gonna go ahead and be guard C, so guard Charlie. He's gonna look over to Eclipse. He has Bane and he's also in Magical Darkness, but he just swipes haphazardly, getting a disadvantage, which is 16, and then 15. So 15, and then minus a D4, right? So that's -4. So that'll be an 11 to your AC Eclipse.
11. That does not hit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. So the next one is guard Bravo, which will try to. He remembers seeing Jackson as his magical darkness went over. So he's trying to swing his sword and just wrap it around. Disadvantage. That's a 4. That's a 4, and then minus 1d4, which is 3. So an unnatural 1 for Jackson. Does that hit?
Who touched me? You touched me.
Yeah, you feel a hand caress you as he's trying to find you, and
Not consensual.
yeah, and then Princess Azucena, it's now your turn.
Okay, quick question. If
Mhm.
I were to edge just one little step over, would I be able to see this guard again?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna scoot over.
Perfect.
And all of a sudden I can see. And I'm going to rip one of the black pearls on my necklace off and throw it on the ground so it breaks.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to cast Branding Smite without using a spell slot, since that is one of my prayer bead necklaces. And then I am going to attack with my sword.
Perfect. And this guard is mostly in the darkness, but he's pretty thick, so his booty cheeks hang out of it, and you can absolutely see.
Yeah. I admire for a second, and then I'm like, oh wait, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's going to be 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
All right, cool. And Branding Smite is one of the ones that you don't need a saving throw for, which is pretty sick if I do say so myself. So that's going to be 8 points from the smite, plus 6. So that's going to be okay.
14.
No, my brain stopped all of a sudden. 14, thank you. And then 1, so that's 15. So it's going to be 15 points of damage. And then I do have one more attack. Is this guard wearing.
Question, because you did do
Yes.
more than his health. Do you want to do lethal or non-lethal?
Oh, non lethal. And I'll stop.
I mean,
I'll just end up like reach out and then just like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use a
about that.
Use a flat side of your blade and your flames to like,
Well, technically, we wouldn't see it. So if he just was dead,
true.
we didn't see anything.
he
Except
tripped.
for maybe Relvin.
Yeah. So this guard ends up like getting knocked out essentially. You do still have a majority of your movement and that other attack. So if you wanted to make your way over here, you could do that if you wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. I like hesitate. I'm like, oh, okay, you're done, and I'm gonna run over here. And these guards are wearing armor. Yeah.
Full blown. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to cast the cantrip, Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I thought that was a way worse roll. That's gonna be an 11 to hit.
11 does not hit.
That's okay. I thought I rolled a 1, so
That would have been yeah. Okay. So
that's all I have.
perfect. And then after you, it's going to be Jackson.
So if I move to any of the circles on the squares on the edge of the circle, which makes no sense at all for me, would I regain my vision out of the darkness, or are those squares considered in the circle?
Correct. So any of the circle has to completely engulf a square in order for it to do it. So if it's partially, then you can see out of it. Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea where I am or where my party is, but I would like to move. Am I able to move to this square right here?
Sure.
Without okay, if that's the case,
they're gonna try to do an opportunity attack, but they get major disadvantage.
Cool.
So that's 4. That's 6. Yeah, they miss. Yeah.
Cool. So on the one that is directly, right of me on the screen.
Yeah.
Just make sure. Oh, hey, look, you're within 10 feet. Oh, look, my glaive hits at 10 feet. Let's attack twice.
He was like poking into the darkness.
Well, there's an 8. That's an 18 for the first attack.
Hits.
And that's a 12 for the second attack. But I'm going to spend a superiority die to invoke the precision attack.
Wait, no, didn't you have the +3?
You need a 16 or higher to succeed.
Okay, so
I think I gave you a +3.
And you can get multiple, I think, so you can pop, if you want.
Yeah, we're gonna pop those multiples and make that hit because why not? So both of those hit then, yes?
Correct. Yep.
Cool. So I'm gonna roll damage for first one, which is 5 plus 4, 9 damage plus another 9 damage for 18 points. 18 points with the glaive.
Did you want to brutally murder this one, or did you like this hardworking guard that just showed up?
No. We are non-lethal, and as Relvin has said not to mess with the flow of time. I'm pretty sure murdering these dudes would probably mess up some things. So we're gonna go non-lethal, and he's gonna hit strike with the flat of the glaive to make sure that it's just a knockout blow and not like a killing blow.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, cool. And that should end my turn.
Okay. And then after that is the Eclipse. Can you hear us? Okay, or good? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, it keeps freezing on me, so I get very confused. Okay, so do I see this god?
Yes, to your correct.
I can see him, yeah.
You're partially out, so you like tiptoe backwards and you can see him.
I'm gonna shake Rovin off me, because I've never gone with him, let's be honest. In any combat scenario whatsoever, I've always rejected him taking me out of there. I am gonna grab my amazing rapier, and as the queen, not queen anymore, but it's fine. I'm gonna grab my rapier.
You're Princess Eclipse. Yeah.
Oh, and also, this person is flanked, right? So it gives me advantage. So therefore, I get my sneak attack damage, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Yes. So that's 3d6. Awesome. So what I'm gonna do?
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my rapier. I'm gonna go for the slash first. The first slash in the side of him that's in the darkness, so he doesn't actually know where the attack's coming from.
Okay.
We'll go for that first, and that is going to be.
So yeah, go and roll 2d20. Choose the highest. You need a 16 or higher.
Okay. And that is a 24.
24 does hit for sure.
4 to hit. I'm gonna roll the damage on my rapier. Plus 6. So that is 12 damage from the rapier.
Okay, perfect. Do you
Then-
lethal or non-lethal?
Is he dead yet?
He's down and out. Yeah.
Oh, so boring.
Do you want to? What? These they just showing up for. They just need a paycheck, all right?
Sneak attack yet.
Not both of the
Aw.
royals being like, I'm gonna fuck shit up, and these guards being like, gone. Can't
Yeah, right?
Out,
It's
can't
they
hit.
really
You
have
know
more
what?
health, but they're
You
like,
know
I don't get paid enough for this, so I'm just gonna like lay down.
With the rapier instead, I'm just gonna knock his kneecap out so he just hits his head on the ground.
Oh my! There's
With the
they
butt
have
of the
like
rapier.
20% medical coverage for these guards,
Yeah.
so
And
Huh?
then I'm gonna move because the other guard on the far end
Yes.
right, is sticking out too, right, a little bit.
that one you're gonna have to have disadvantage because it's in magical darkness.
Okay, I yell to Raven because Raven is next to me, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Raven, leave me to him. I'm using
One
my
of these
movement.
days you're going to listen. He's
And-
there.
I'm gonna make him, take me there, in the darkness, and like fully direct me.
So you like
on
hold
where
her
to
hand
hit.
and guide her into the dark magical darkness, like it's right there.
Oh yeah, and because Raven's there with me, is he flanked?
It is not Rovin's turn, so he does not get to move
No.
right now.
God damn it.
But you can move over there. Yeah.
But
Are
it's
you
sneak
like
attack 'cause he can't see
ghosting?
me.
Are you?
Yeah,
Are
can
you
you
like
not see
Patrick
me?
Swayze?
Yeah.
Crossbow.
Stab here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Do I still get that attack?
Yeah. Go for it. Go for it. Oh, are you attacking with a crossbow?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay, okay.
with the sneak attack.
Got it,
because
okay.
he doesn't see me. He doesn't see me coming. Do I still get that damage on the other guy?
Go ahead and roll with disadvantage on
Okay.
this target.
Roll to hit, yeah?
Yeah.
Sick. Roll to hit, that is still a 13 plus 8. Because I 8 to hit. So, 21.
21. Okay, and then roll again and see if it's lower.
Oh, I did. No, I rolled 2 at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you do hit.
Okay, cool. And that's with what, my sneak attack? Confused.
Yeah. Did you have a secondary attack that you were gonna use?
Oh, I was gonna just sneak up on this dude with like my psychic blade, which would have done also sneak attack damage.
Sure. Well, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah.
So go roll
You're gonna
damage.
give me it. You're gonna give me that sneak attack. Thank you so much. That's all a rogue can live for. That is 6 damage on the sneak attack, and the psychic blade itself is going to do 9 damage. So that is 15 in total.
Perfect. So they are all down and out as these guards got like just living their best life. It's a Saturday night. They're all just like almost at the end of their shift when suddenly the queen and people they don't recognize, all wearing different uniforms from different houses and even from different nations, suddenly appear, and they try their best to defend their queen, who's like doesn't even care about the situation at all. She just cares about herself as she's fanning herself and calming down from using that spell. And you guys like whoop them, like not even a contest or even like trouble for you guys. And then sure enough, as it happens, you all clear it, and the queen goes, all right, I could do it again. Like, yeah, just gather around really quick. It's right there. As you do look over the castle wall, and you can see the woods right there. It's probably about like maybe 150 feet or so. But she goes, I could do it this time. As you hear the sounds of horns blaring, as you see another castle wall on the other side has seen what's been going on, and they're like, the queen's being kidnapped, and like they're all like sounding the alarms essentially. And the queen goes, all right, we gotta go. Everyone hold hands. As do you guys all hold her hand?
Yeah, but I hope she doesn't pass out again.
Yes.
Well, you're in luck because let me see. So you guys all end up teleporting, immediately with her as you zoom, and she did a better job this time as she transports all the way to the sort of edge of the woods, as you can clearly see that. And for the sake of time, essentially she'll get you like super close as you guys are at the bottom of this sort of hill, and at the very top of the hill you can see that there's a satyr there waiting who has very large horns, as well as like antlers that are also protruding out of her sort of head, and there's a lot of fireflies that are kind of like around her, and she seems very powerful with magic. For my two paladins here, you recognize that she has the same energy that's kind of shrouded over the queen. And before, while you guys are at the bottom of this hill, the queen goes to you guys and be like, "Listen, listen. We're gonna talk with this witch now. I want to make you aware that I'm pretty confident that she's from the Feywild. And one thing, I don't know if it's true, but this is what my mother always told me, is that you never, under any circumstances, want to give any creature from the Feywild your name. So if they ask for it, don't give it to them because it's immense power that they'll have, to be able to wield. So just remember that." As she goes, "But we need to talk to her," essentially. As any questions before you guys head up this hill?
Do I like and popping my divine sense because I can still do that?
Mhm.
Do I get a sense for like exactly what we're dealing with as far as like is it a fiend? Is it a
It's a
celestial?
it's a fae. It seems like an archfey, pretty much a very powerful being, and yeah. So this woman now, she's only 4'9", this witch, as she waits for you at the top of this hill, but her power makes her seem way larger than life. Uh, as you guys begin to head up the hill, anything else before you guys enter her hut?
Uh, yes. Do we see her? That's
Yep,
the thing.
you do see her. Yeah.
And there
Um,
doesn't seem to be anybody else around.
Nope, just her. Other There's like fireflies that are sort of around, but no one else in the area. You do also see her hut. Yeah.
Who the
okay.
witch?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question.
So go ahead. I'm gonna
Does
let
she
her.
look like the psychic that was at the festival when we came out of that cave?
Uh, she does quite a bit. Yeah. Granted, like she doesn't seem like as right now. She's very Feywild, as you can clearly see that there are various animals that are sort of around her, and there's like fireflies floating around her, and you feel this aura of energy. But she looks very similar to that same fortune teller that you saw. Yeah, in the
Can I have a quick
future. Yeah.
conversation with Dia?
Sure.
Dia, 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 Dia!
Yes.
She looks like that person that told our fortune was about the burlesque thing.
Oh, you're right. I
She
knew that
also
this was such a scam.
no, but she also warned us of a snake in the garden, just like my.
So does that mean your mother's the snake?
I the only person that I can conceive, same as when she was reigning, and I am current, well, possibly reigning. The only person in common in both those periods.
And as
That is in common.
your audio is cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, I missed. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to
And
hear.
it's-
I'm
sorry,
so sorry.
Sorry, no, my internet's being fuzzy.
I was like, that was really intense, and then I was like,
He's
ah.
the only person that exists during both our reigns. And the same warning by the same witch has seemed to have occurred. It's all in hush hush, like not dealing with the aftermath of it saying
So
out loud.
who should I focus my attention on?
Is Bruce with us?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I just need to know who to try to stop.
You are the one person I undoubtingly trust, dear. You've been nothing but loyal and honorable. were there when the witch heed warning. Correct.
Yes.
And
It feels.
Prince, oh, go for it.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Princess Azucena, what is there anything that you would like to do at this time, or anything? How are you feeling right now? You're traveling right next to Relvin and Jace Jackson. As
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lean a little bit closer to the two of them, and I'm just like, okay, I will be honest, I'm terrible at history. I have no idea what's going on. And I know that you mentioned that we might be, well, did you think that we were traveling in the past, or would you? No, I know that. I was brought up to speed with that. It just, is there anything that you all know, like any sort of history or strategy that we could use now? Because that right there is, I've faced a lot of things. I've never faced a creature like that before.
Well, we have
Do,
to stop it before it can attack us, that's for sure.
does this creature ring any sort of bells for me? Do I have any sort of
Arcane check.
knowledge?
Yeah,
What was
I
that?
want to do insight to also to I'm trying to figure out of the because of the fact that both the queen and this this creature is kind of has this
Mhm.
aura around them, trying to decipher which is the actual threat, because
Mm-hmm.
that's something that I don't know what I would need to
Sure.
do for that, if it's more of insight or if it's uh arcana, but I want to try to
Whatever you feel
roll.
most comfortable with. Insight is like the intention of your target. Arcana would be like, what exactly is this creature that's like in front of you? And
Yeah, it's
Azucena,
more
yeah,
like I just want to stop
yeah,
basically it whichever one in its tracks, so we can have the advantage.
sure.
Okay, that's a 17.
17, okay. With, and you did insight?
Yes,
Or, okay.
yes,
So
insight.
with insight, you 100% feel like you are flies walking into a web and she is this huge spider. But the thing is, she legitimately has power. So the claims that she could see the future and like foretell of what's coming is probably true. And you kind of get the feeling that if you were in a fight with her, it's going to be very hard fought and without lot. There's going to be a lot of sacrifice with it. But she does not seem to be in a hostile like manner. It's more so of a sort of playful, like she's entertaining you, but definitely wolf and sheep is what the vibes you get from this. And Rolvin,
Uh, you were asking for Arcana from me. I didn't hear what the call was.
yeah, Arcana, yeah.
Arcana would be 22.
So with a 22, you recognize, as Azucena and Dia recognize, this is like an archfey. Like they are legit, like full blown creature from the Feywild. A lot of power within them, and everything. And they have a lot of abilities and magics that you aren't capable of defending against or overcoming. Yeah.
Wait, is it a humanoid?
Satyr. Yeah. Takes the form of a
So it would
satyr. Mhm.
it would be like a humanoid creature then.
Uh, yeah, for sure. And then Eclipse.
Oh, I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, I'm basically I asked for a reason, so I'm gonna let Eclipse go first, and then I'll do mine.
Because in true Eclipse fashion, she has no fucks to give. Right. So she's gonna look to her party, and internally she's going to be like, I need to step up, right? No matter what time period I'm in, I am queen. And none of you hear this. She's just thinking to herself very, so, like, to herself for a moment. And I must protect my friends. Protect those I care about. As much as I think I don't give a shit, I think I really do. And she's gonna step forward. And what was the name of the fortune teller in the festival of sorts
Uh,
we were in?
you cannot recall. Actually, we'll do Belladonna. We'll just do that.
Belladonna. Belladonna?
Mhm.
Donna? Yeah. I'm gonna walk forward and as if like an old friend, but obviously future person, but it's complicated. I would say, Oh, Belladonna, right? And she's just gonna. I'm just gonna stroll forward and like open arms. I'm gonna say, "It's so good to see you again. How are you doing?
Uh,
Anything I can do for you?"
uh, you all watch as this witch waves a hand, and you feel the voice stolen from your
Well,
throat.
before that happens,
Go for it.
because as that happens, you will see basically from behind this person, Belladonna, you'll see where it almost looks like a hand that comes down this basically this flaming hand with, it looks like it has bangles just like Dia, and it grabs onto this person from behind. She's casting hold person, so they're gonna have to do a save.
Perfect. That is a 24 to their save.
Well, yes, that obviously saves. Obviously.
So,
You know, but it
in
was
this
worth
scene,
a shot. It was just visually cool.
for
And
sure,
then
for sure.
basically, yeah, so you imagine that the person just put out the flame, and then it's just like, oh,
So
fudge.
you notice this all at one time, where Eclipse steps up and begins to like talk casually and candidly, to her, and she waves a hand, and silence essentially casts, it gets cast on you. I think you have to roll for that, but I will see. Well, for cinematic
If she
sake.
wait. If she takes my voice, right, I want to hold my middle finger up to her. Because for Eclipse, her voice is everything. She just talks so much bullshit. So
As your DM, if you want to flip off an Archfey, that's your call.
oh yeah. Oh okay.
While,
She took my fucking.
while all this chaos is going on, Azucena's just gonna like kind of casually slide up behind the queen. I'm just gonna put a hand on her back. I'm not gonna say a single word. I'm just gonna put a hand on her back and cast warding bond just to be safe.
So, yes. So at this moment, your voice is stolen from you. You flip it off and everything like that, and the queen goes like, enough of this. We are so sorry. I'm so sorry for the transgressions between, from, my honor guard and everything. My temporarily just hired, don't really know them that well, honor guard. And she like bows full blown. You never seen your mother bow to anyone, but she bows this like satyr essentially. And she goes, I have come as you asked in my dreams, and I'm willing to give you like anything you request essentially. Please fulfill your end of the bargain and promise that you will tell me of this misfortune that supposedly will doom my people. And the Archfey looks to you guys, and you can tell that she knows, like, she has an inkling of what's going on with you guys. And she goes, of course, like, who am I to turn away guests that shadow my doorstep? And she like waves a hand. The door opens to her hut, and she goes, "Please, after you," as she allows you guys to enter. You get bad juju vibes as you head over here, but you could get the sense that if she wanted to do harm to you, she could. Eclipse?
I'm casting with 2 of my psionic energy points back in what's it called? The psychic whispers for my 4 friends here.
Okay.
Because I will have a voice, whether she likes it or not.
I will not be silenced. Yeah, there you go.
I will not be silenced.
Okay, and you want Azucena in it too?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So group chat opens, badoop, and yeah,
What's that?
yeah. And perfect. You are all able to communicate telepathically for the next bit. So,
Should I roll for hours? Hold on. Sorry.
if you'd like to, yeah. So,
Sure.
for the sake of time, you guys enter into this hut. Again, every fiber of your being is being like, this is, a vulnerable situation and all that kind of stuff. As you enter into this hut, and it's pretty modest, as there are like bones and elixirs and herbs that you've never really seen before. And in the middle of this room is a cauldron. And she goes, I require payment in the form of 1, your full name, and 2, something valuable on you that you really care about intimately. And the queen, with no effort at all, she just has like, Lucretia Tayyar, and she pulls off her hoop earrings, and she pulls off her bracelets, and pulls off her rings, and pulls off everything that's jewelry wise, and hands it over to the witch, and the witch takes it. And then she pours it into the cauldron, and you see this plume of smoke erupt into the ceiling. And you see in there are very vibrant sort of lights and colors and everything. And she goes, "Payment has been made, and now I will show you the misfortune that will befall your land." As you all can see this as well, as sure enough, you see history go through your eye or play out in this plume smoke, where it goes, at this very moment, there is a group of soldiers, your own council, who seek to undermine and assassinate you, thinking that you are no longer fit to rule. As you can hear their conversations, as you see it in the cloud, and you see them marching towards the woods, tailing you guys essentially. And she goes, "This will lead to you dying. Will then mean that your children, one by one, will also be harmed and removed from the picture, which will allow other sort of successors to come into the fold. But it doesn't even matter, because your land itself will come into a terrible plague that will consume all your houses and all your things, and Tayyar will be nothing but a footnote in history as you witness all of this." Now, you guys know this isn't what happened. However, she goes, "In order to avoid this fate, I do see one singular path, where there is one child, your youngest child. If they are removed from every situation, and kept away from your land, she will be able to survive and will be able to come back. And there is a single thread of hope that she can restore things, but it will be filled with strife and conflict." And sure enough, you see it, and there's you, Eclipse on the thing, and everything like that. As she's flicking through, she's like, "What about my other children? Can't I save them? What if I send them all away?" And she different images flicker through the screen or the smoke that showcase in every future they all perish except for this one child. However, you must make it so that she never ever wants to return, and essentially destroy your relationship with her. As the queen kind of is weeping right now, and her eyes are flickering through all this sort of stuff. And it gets to a point where she's so distraught that she ends up fainting or passing out. And you can all feel that it's not really through normal means, as the plume of smoke dies down and falls back into the cauldron. As the witch and you guys are sort of alone with each other, and as things calm down, she looks to you and she goes, "Well, I appreciate you guys being here, because it's very rare that travelers through another time come to actually visit me, so I appreciate that. But just to help you out some, I want you to know that none of this is sort of real. This is just a memory." As she snaps her fingers, and things around you turn into just smoke and sort of things. And she goes, "Whatever item you broke or shatter, this is a very extremely vivid memory that you're walking through, and nothing you interact with here or anything will change the future in any capacity, but you still have access to interacting with things from this memory, essentially, including myself. So I do want to give you guys the opportunity to also see your misfortune that will come one day inevitably. If you too would like to share with me your name and share with me an intimate object. Now, game wise, you will have to sacrifice a magical item on your being, as well as give this archfey your name, uh, if you'd like to. And this is your choice. And you can participate as well, Princess Asuna. Yeah.
So you're saying that this is
No.
a memory and a recollection, and yet you are consciously aware enough to communicate with us.
Just correct. The Archfey are able to do many, many things, including interact with the nightmares and the dreams of all mortal creatures, and travel through memories in these cases. But consider it like a advanced astral projection, if you will.
Why?
And she goes, "I love to mess with mortals, essentially. You begin to act erratic and thinking about the future and what it could hold and the inevitable misfortune that you will encounter. And I enjoy collecting items and seeing what if you can change your path, which you can, because future isn't set in stone. You absolutely can deviate. So the visions that I might be able to show you aren't concrete, but they are a possibility.
But why?
Sick.
I have one question to you.
Your voice comes back to you.
Yeah, my god. Or should I get someone else to speak for me? That'd be good.
Yeah,
Also work.
sign language, ASL. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. No. I'll tell someone to repeat after me in the head. Telepathically, I'm gonna say to the group anyway. Help me speak. Um, I have one question to ask you. Why would I choose live in insanity of my own making just to play your foolish games?
And she simply leans onto a rocking chair and goes like, "If you don't want to participate, you don't have to. Consent is what I'm about." So, um, and she just leaves the option open to you. And she goes, "When you guys are finished, I will give you the item you need in order to escape this memory. But want to give you this opportunity at least."
Can I just have my voice back?
You do have your voice back, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna crouch by my passed out mother. I'm gonna say, I forgive you being the absolute asshole you have been my entire life. I know you were just trying. Doesn't fix things completely, but I'm trying to do that moving forward, and I'm trying to do you proud. Amazing people here by my side, and I point to all five of us. We're moving forward, mother.
And one of the eeriest things is that you look upon your mother's face, which is something that was very like hard to recall, and she's looking a lot like you, or you're looking a lot like her. But the witch like listens to you talk to your mother and everything like that, and then turns her gaze to everyone else and sees who would like to participate in this.
They
Uh,
want someone to participate.
and if you don't, that's fine.
What do you know of curses?
And she goes, all manner of things. I give them out and I alleviate them at a whim.
You have that power.
And she goes, oh, absolutely. Granted, it does cost you things, but I can alleviate a lot.
Even those caused by a demon.
It's a little bit harder, more expensive, but still possible. As she gives you a courtesy, she pulls forth from her hair, her very curly, wild sort of hair, a singular like mushroom, and she goes, "If you ever want to take me up on this offer, go ahead and consume this, and you'll bring it to me, and we'll talk about this exchange. But only if you're serious, though. Don't visit me with empty-handed." As she gives this gift to you.
Did you say that out loud, Robin?
Out loud, yes. But very, very subtly. So, if you were listening closely, you probably caught him saying it under his breath.
You know,
And as she hands the mushroom, Relvin's going to wave his hand, and the mushroom will float to him by an ethereal force.
you now have in your portable hole one vomit and one archfey mushroom. So,
Excellent.
anyone
Good
else?
combination.
No, I don't think. I don't think Asusana would do it.
Okay. So, last call.
Jackson,
Go ahead.
Jackson is going to take the glaive that he has, and he's gonna hold it in front of him, and he's gonna look at the cauldron. For years, I've had to curse my name. As proud as I've been of the Arsega name, I've never felt that I could bear it because I was always considered the family's black sheep, the exile. I took this glaive because I knew that I had to make a difference and redeem what some of my family had put others through. You have no idea how much I want to know what I can do to stop whatever curse befalls my family or what pitfalls may come. But a wise man did once tell me a man should not know too much about his own future. And if I'm to live up to this glaive, no, you will not have any of what this is or what my name is. So I say nay. And he puts the glaive back on. I have to stand fast.
Perfect. She gives a nod. She goes, I respect that. And she looks to Dia.
Um, oh God, everyone's gonna hate me. So Dia,
Do it. Do it.
Dia's going to step forward, and she's going to like to take the mace of disruption, that has that bright radiant glow. She's holding it in front of her, and she looks as if, like, kind of like she's, probably gonna go along with it. And she stops just like close enough, like where she's like kind of on the side, wherever the cauldron is, near where the witch is. And she's like, my name is what you need.
And she nods. She goes, yes.
None your business. And then she's going to use the mace of disruption to basically try to use all of her strength. You see where basically her bangles click into place to enhance the strength, because they are technically like the ogre strength.
Yeah.
Bangles.
Super strong.
To use all of her strength to try to destroy the side of this cauldron.
Perfect. And then and everyone else is good, right? Okay, perfect. So you do so, and narratively you have control of the situation as it cracks and the contents spill out onto the hut sort of floor.
And I will say that when like as soon as she does that, because she doesn't trust the liquid that's inside, she will misty step away
Perfect.
to be like basically kind of closer to the group.
As that happens, the loud like gong essentially echoes out, and the queen like wakes up, very distraught, very like disoriented and everything. And so for the sake of time, to be respectful of it, we're already like 26 minutes over. What happens at this point is that you hear the sounds of marching footsteps as the witch goes like very well, like I hope to see you again one day, as she gives a smile and then turns into fireflies, and then they all like fly away outside of the hut essentially. And the doors to the hut are open, and you can clearly see the counselors that were for the queen, and as well as about 20 armed guards sort of with them. So we might be able to, do you have 20 more minutes or is that too much?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, perfect. So you do see the counselors there, the Lord General Kina, the Coin Master Cortez, and the Spy Master Hurin, that have come up and go like, Queen Lucretia, we have deemed you to be unfit, as you we know that you teleported of your own accord and willpower, like away from the place. We know that you're consulting with witches. Like I can feel it as you see that Lord General Kina, who's also a paladin, is channeling her divine sense. Like that is an archfey. These are witches. These are pixies and fairies. Things that no mortal should consort with ever. And you have done so willingly, as you do see on her forearm, there is the image of a sort of like moth that has appeared. That's like tattooed essentially. And she goes, "You've made deals with otherworldly beings, and never is dealing with an archfey a good thing. So therefore, we have decided to apprehend you and remove you from the crown essentially." Now, as this happens, there is shock and in the 20 soldiers that are here that are undecided about this. As the queen stands forward, she goes like, "You can't do this. Like, I'm the queen of Tayyar." Eclipse.
This is a memory, right? So nothing we do here is gonna change anything, right?
That's what you were told.
Alright, so I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna take my hood off. I'm gonna stare this general in the fucking face, and I'll be like, "You are not hurting or taking my mother today." And I'm gonna stand my ground.
Everyone does a novella gasp as they're like,
Yeah,
gasp, gasp.
with the crown as well. I have the crown on.
Yep, there you go. So, at this time, go ahead and roll initiative. And
Sorry,
let me.
guys. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're good.
I had to. I had to. Come on. The
To
reveal.
be fair, I thought that I ruined everything by destroying that cauldron, and I was like, "Oh, we're screwed."
That was
It
an
is so-
epic moment, though.
I know it's so funny. I was like, oh,
that
I'm
was
gonna make this
sick.
badass archfey that they're not gonna be like they're gonna be too scared to do anything, and you guys are like, fuck you. And then, like,
Yeah, absolutely not.
yeah, right. So good.
So, Relvin is absolutely aghast at the gall of his queen because that was a 1.
One. Okay. There we
No.
go. Jackson.
On the other,
Oh, yeah.
On the other hand, I'm absolutely fucking with it. This is chaotic. This is wild. She should not have done it, and I fucking love it. It's a nat 20.
Okay. Perfect.
Plus 2.
Plus two. Okay. Well, make it 22. Jackson.
Let's go.
Rolled an 8.
8. Okay. You're also like, what are we doing? And then Dia.
12.
12. And then Eclipse.
And with the freaking gusto that I had a 23. Let's go.
Nice.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. First one up.
Yes.
You did not have a natural, right? Okay. So we're gonna
23.
let Asusena go first. So let me.
Yeah,
Actually,
do we have a...
Yeah, I have a map for this. I'm a good dungeon master.
Go.
So
Yes.
should be this one.
Mhm.
Oh.
my God.
Oh, is that all?
worm.
So,
Worm.
What happens is that oh yeah, sorry, I didn't get to the thing. So the guards seem extremely like distraught over this, and their loyalties are tested as the queen goes like, "Are you really gonna stand there and this is treason? You realize that, right?" And half the guards begin to be like, "We're not gonna do this. We absolutely refuse to slay our queen or like do anything like that." So there begins to be infighting between them. So all you have to focus on are the 3 council members. And
nice.
the rest of the soldiers are in their own fight with one another. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
can I ask, is Bruce there?
Bruce is not there. Yeah.
Got that.
Actually,
Okay.
for cinematic purposes, he will be there and he will be defending his queen for sure.
Okay.
Aw.
Fine.
Which queen?
Yeah, which queen? It'll be Lucretia. Yeah.
My mother and I pointing at each other.
Why did I think you said Butch Queen? And I was like, what?
Which?
I mean, you never know.
Oh god.
We love a butch queen.
There we go. Okay. So first one up is Asusena.
Cool. I'm gonna book it right over here. And as I do so, I'm just gonna do the try and true method. I'm gonna rip off another pearl and cast Branding Smite. And I'm going to attack this person here with my short sword. Okay. Oh, nice. That's gonna be 23 to hit.
23 does hit. Yep.
Nice. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. That's max damage. So that's 12 points of damage from just the attack. And then the branding spite. Oh my god. So that's 24 because I rolled 2 6s on the d6s. So that's 24 from just the first hit.
Okay.
Is this person wearing what how's it looking? How they
This
looking?
is the spy master who is a wizard as they're wearing just
Okay.
robes. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. It still is nice to do. Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna attack again. I'm gonna roll to hit again. That's
Sure,
what I'm gonna
go
do
for it.
now. Okay. Ooh. No, probably not as good. That's gonna be wait, I have a reroll.
Go for it. Yeah, you have all your rerolls, so feel free to
I'm gonna reroll again. Okay, yeah, you know what? We'll take it. That is going to
If
be.
it helps, you only need a 12 or above.
Okay, then that's a 15. Cool,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, that's perfect. I got like a 2 and a 3 at first, and I was like, no. Okay, so that's 15 to hit. All right, and that's going to be 7. That's going to be 16 points of damage.
16? Okay. There we go. Perfect. You dealt a grievous blow to this creature as you see them like clearing their throat for a villainous monologue, and then suddenly they just got stabbed in the gut, and then like a hand chopped off. They're still alive, but barely. And so after you, it's then going to go to Eclipse.
So what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna move to flank this guy. Okay.
Okay.
Do we have enough to flank?
So basically, it's if anyone's like of your ally is either side of them.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought it was like 3.
It has to. It does have to be on opposite sides.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah,
okay.
I'll stand there. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'll do that. And I'm going to hit with my.
I don't know why I try to make this easy on you guys. You guys are like destroying them. I gotta like.
I'm gonna hit with my finesse weapon.
Okay.
Which is my. Actually, no. I'll bonus action it first because he's looking fragile, right?
The mage, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna go hit with my psychic blade instead. So as I'm Naruto running around, you'll see this like like Mario Kart when they have the boost, like the mushroom boost and whatever in the back. So it's gonna be like a stream of purple and like energy going behind me where the blade is as I swing it round. And as I'm going past this mage to get into position, I'm gonna stab him straight in the gut with my psychic blade on the way through.
Okay, perfect. Go and roll for it with advantage.
Nice. Like to see it. Okay, so that's a 22 to hit.
Yep, you do hit.
Perfect. And that is.
And I'm pretty sure you're gonna do more than 10 damage.
So I did roll max damage, but it is 9 points of damage.
9? Okay. Oops.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see what I can do.
Was that with your sneak attack?
That was not with my sneak attack. Am I able to change weapon instead? I was gonna use my rapier for fuck's sake. Let me think. You know what? I'll just keep it for now. That's fine. He's on 1 HP, right?
Correct.
Do you know what? Instead of stabbing him with it, I'm gonna throw it like a shuriken, which is a ranged attack of sorts, which then gives my sneak attack. Because it's either a finesse or a ranged attack.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna roll because it's only 1 damage, right? I needed.
Correct. And yeah, you're doing your sneak attack to him, right?
Yeah. That's a 3d6. That's like another 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so after you
that was my bonus. So I'm gonna use my actual attack, my action on the other guy next to me.
Oh, you have 2 attacks?
So that my bonus was my psychic blade.
Okay.
That is a bonus. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, correct.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do my actual attack with my rapier on the
That was
guy
so
next to me.
painfully casual of like, oh, that was just my bonus.
Yeah.
Right? You
I
ain't
love
seen
a
nothing
rogue.
yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I
God.
do love me a rogue. Oh, that is a nat 20.
Nice.
That's a 29 to hit.
Okay, double damage dice.
How does that work? I need help. How does it work? Double damage.
Just double damage dice, essentially.
Just 2 dice,
So, like,
right?
If
Double the dice?
it's 1d8, yeah, then it's 2d8. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Plus whatever plus additional damage. Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Cool. Oh my god. Okay, that is a almost max damage. That's 15 plus 6. That is 21 slashing damage with my rapier.
Hey.
Okay.
The guy
Perfect.
next to me. Do I have anything else? No, I'm take a chill pill from there.
Okay.
D'Angelo, are you sure these guards are fighting amongst themselves? Have they found a peace and decided?
I know, right? Yeah. Like, you know what? Okay. So,
Dun, dun, dun.
they are not looking. There we go. So, perfect.
Also,
So
all of these attacks are grievous. I am trying to kill them.
okay, no,
Yeah.
not leave. Yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, history does show that they tried to save the queen from an assassination attempt, and they all died. So, it's very interesting. Yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
so you do. So for Queen Eclipse, you do see that the Coin Master Cortez, which was very nice. He was like super chill with you when you were little. He now comes at you with his scimitar, his signature scimitar,
Cool.
with 9 to
9
AC.
does not
Yeah.
hit.
So he will then do his second
He is-
attack,
He's
which
nice,
is
but he's clunky and slow.
19 versus AC.
Okay, that does hit.
Okay. Perfect.
I
And
thought I was nimble.
you will
Oh,
take 8 points of damage.
awesome.
And
That's
then
okay.
after that, Dia.
Okay. Looking. Yeah, like if I see so like obviously the coin master trying to attack Eclipse. Yeah, that's gonna be my target right there.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, sorry. The witch also was supposed to tell you that although this is a dream or like a memory or whatever, your consciousness is trapped in this memory. So if you die, then your real body is in a coma for like the rest of your life, essentially. So yeah,
okay. Uh, how far
it would
is that
be
about
20 feet.
20 feet? Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go forward and try to strike at this
Coin Master,
coin master.
nowhere near as talented as Jackson.
No. I will give Jackson that he is not one to try to take swords at our queen. All right, so then that is going to be that's 25 to hit,
Yeah,
and that was
you hit.
double-handed, so that's the 1d10 for the damage for that,
25.
which
Yeah, it doesn't even.
is 11 points of damage, and that's just my
11?
first
Okay.
hit.
Still alive, but not too much health.
I will try to strike to try to chop his head off.
Okay, go for it. You need a 15 or
that is-
higher.
That is 18 to hit,
Good. Okay.
and but that's only for 5 points of damage.
5. Okay. There we go. Barely hanging on. You've chopped off a limb. You took off an ear, and he is not looking good. He's like, "I'm an accountant," as he yes, you.
Not for long.
And then, speaking of
With my
accountants,
arms.
yeah, Jackson now goes.
All right, so I would like to move right here. There we go. Just to make sure. Seeing as I see the rival coin master, I'm going to strike first with my glaive at the coin master to try to finish him off.
Okay.
That is a 15 to hit.
Right on the money. You got it.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna do more than 2 damage. So,
Cool. I mean, my modifier, it's 12 points of damage. So, seeing the damage that's been inflicted, boom, glaive straight through the neck of the coin master. Payback in full. Pop it out. Yes, I did that. I said it. I don't care.
oh god.
Yes.
Yes, it gives me life.
Okay. We're gonna take the second attack here on the guy that's next to me. So I'm going to attack him now. Okay, that is okay. What is my math here? That's a 14 to hit. Does 14 hit?
It does not hit.
It does not hit. Okay. Damn. Okay. Yep. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
definitely you can see that like you hit the coin master. The coin master, he was like he knows his way in a fight and all that kind of stuff. But you see
Yeah.
that the Lord General is like a legit trained fighter, and she
Yeah.
dodges or blocks your blow. Yeah.
Okay, well, we got a trained one, and I heard what was said about me earlier about me not being a warrior, so I'm going to action surge
Okay.
and take 2 more attacks against the Lord General here. And I got an idea because it was a nat 20.
Oh my God, go for it.
That's
Double-
that first attack. So double
Yeah.
damage die.
Correct. Yep.
Can I be your motivation?
Oh, God.
14 because I just rolled 10 on the die. 14 plus. I swear to God,
Another
it was
nat
10
20?
both times. So
Okay.
14 plus 14, 28 points of damage. I'm also going to burn. I'm gonna burn one of my maneuvers for trip attack because I hit. So that is an extra D8 of damage. So 28 plus. I'm not fucking
Oh my
with you,
God.
dude. I rolled an 8. I swear to fucking
Rolled
God.
an 8?
Dude.
Okay.
So that's 28 plus 8, so 36 points of damage. The general needs to is the general large or smaller?
Medium. So it's same size as you. Yeah.
I need the general to make a strength saving throw. They'll probably save, but we'll see.
Let's do it on DD Beyond. Oh, natural 1.
The target is now prone,
Great.
so
Oh
they're
my
knocked
God.
out. And I will take my last bonus action, which I haven't taken yet.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, no, I never took a second attack. Right? 'Cause that first roll, was a nat
So
20.
you didn't do your action surge. That's right. Okay, so you had your, so we'll count the
He did both attacks, then action surged and did one of two.
Yeah, 1 of 2. So that first attack was a nat
Got
20.
it.
So
That's right, that's right.
So they're prone. If they're prone, do I get advantage on this next
you
strike?
do. Yep.
Oh my God.
Well, it's a 16 or an artificial 20. So, okay, so artificial 20 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
All right, so okay, so that one was only 7 points of damage with that second strike. And now I will take the bonus action with the butt end of the pole arm. But that one's not going to hit. So, yeah. So that was what, 36 points of damage on that?
Yes, it
Yeah, you need
was.
to bully him more. Keep bullying him.
I know, right? He just like murders everything.
If I only knew that I just had to pester you
Oh
and
my
insult
God.
you more for you to do this well in battle.
So, it is the Lord General's turn as they are like, coughing up blood and all that kind of stuff. They do use their bonus action to, or is it an action for lay on hands? Is that one of their primaries?
Action.
Look,
That's an
Yeah.
action.
It's an action.
That's an
Okay.
action. So Donna bonus action.
And she's prone, right?
Okay, yeah. So
that's the struggle of paladins. You have to choose attack.
I
or heal.
know. So
Yeah.
she decides to get up, so no longer prone, and she will take her longsword and then swing it at you, Jackson.
Cool.
With a 2. The dice hate me. Okay. All right, so misses with that one, and the other one's a 14, which I'm pretty sure is nowhere near
Does
your
not
AC.
hit.
Yeah. So in a pathetic motion, this Lord General huffs and puffs and tries hard to swing at you, but you damaged her so much that she isn't capable of doing anything, which leads to Relvin's turn.
Yes, Roman, come on.
Let's go.
Clean it.
Let's go.
Clean it.
So, Relvin has been seemingly distracted throughout the course of this entire fight. It's just been processing the information of everything from that last encounter with the Archfey, just going, it's a chance. It's a chance that I could possibly be free of it. No, I can't do that. No, yes, I'm going to. No, stop it. No, I can't just. No, get out of my head. I'm tired of this. And with that, Relvin is going to take a wave of his hand and, in a almost more haphazard fashion than usual, is going to bring out the usual colorful various shapes, a red rhombus, a blue circle, a yellow triangle, and they're going to just ambulate together into this warbing orb of energy of purple and black and green, and he's just gonna just let that blast out, and it is gonna fly seemingly at random until it heads in the direction of the general. You're kidding me. It's a natural frickin' 20.
Go for it.
Let's
There's been like
go!
18 20s today. Oh my god. Come on.
Remember when D'Angelo before the stream was like, as long as you don't roll a nat 20, it's fine.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I'm just like, okay.
I'm not even sure how that works for spell. Do you still double spell damage? I don't know how
Yes,
that
go
works.
for it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
We saved all our rolls for tonight.
Right? Yeah.
So, let's see. On the die, that is going to be. Let's see. Are we gonna go with thunder or acid? Let's go with thunder. So that's gonna be 9 plus 15. So if we're doubling that, that would be 30 thunder damage on Sir General.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you you do this as you all hear Relvin like, go through his own sort of like stuff, and then suddenly he explodes with arcane energy and this thunder damage. So you see the armor of this like the suit of armor, plate armor from the Lord General just begin to like crumple like tinfoil as the thunder damage rolls through their sort of body and breaks every bone in it as they crumple to the ground, dead.
General
Essentially.
kebab? Anyone?
So, what happened?
General powder at this point, but
Yeah. So what happens is that the council is destroyed. Any of the treasonous sort of like imperial guard end up getting defeated by the loyalists or surrender. And the queen is beside herself as she's gathered the strength to look at like you guys and goes like, I cannot ever thank you enough for what you've done here. I cannot believe that my life has been saved. I will always honor and remember your guys' houses and elevate them in status and everything. As she like looks out and she goes like, I have to prepare for some things. Thank you so much for everything. And one also thing I forgot to do, which I'll have to retcon, was in the conversation with the witch, she did hand you guys a black rose, each of you. And she said to consume the rose when you're ready to leave, but it will leave you like vulnerable for 5 minutes. So you're at the end of everything. Is there anything you'd like to say or do before you consume this rose and return?
I walk up to my mother before she leaves.
Okay.
And I've got the crown on my head, the updated family heirloom, because I made it all black and shiny. So I want to take her hands. I want to say, Mother, you probably don't recognize me right now, but it's Eclipse. Everything you did, I hated you, and I never understood why. But now I do. Seeing this memory, seeing everything that happened, you only did what you thought was best. And you did. It all worked out. I have all of these amazing people, my council, and I point around to everyone that's
Covered in
fought
blood.
this battle. Yeah. And I say that they're not just my council, and they're not just there to protect me. They're my friends. And we are running Tayyar the best we can to a better future because of you and the decisions you made.
She is still exhausted and very disoriented, but she does like look to you, and your words hit her to her core as she kind of considers it, and she goes like, "How?" And she just stops herself. She goes like, "I guess it doesn't matter. Like, we literally talked to a god, a few moments ago." And she goes, "Well, I'm sorry that what I put you through. I never, meant to do this. I swore to myself that I would never become my mother and put my kids through what I went through, but I have, unfortunately." And she goes, "Just, trust in your abilities. You've always been smart. You've always been capable, and be a better, person than I was, better ruler and everything. But it sounds like you are, because my council would never, ever in a million years defend me like yours just did." And yeah, and with that, one by one, anything else you want to do before you leave? Actually, all right. So I need all of you to pick a number 1 through 5.
Oh,
4.
4. All right. So you get the armor of invulnerability as you're like, as you look to the Lord General and you're like, hey, those are my same like armor size.
Oh,
Wow, that looked really good on me.
that's so cool.
And then Relvin
I'll
3.
go last.
Relvin, you get the cloak of the Arachnida. All of it's in D&D Beyond, so you can like add it to your inventory. And then Dia.
5.
Perfect. You end up getting the Defender, or Defender essentially, is what it's called. These are powerful items. Oh my god.
So what is it? It's
a sword. You get a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. The first time you attack with the sword on each of your turns, you transfer some or all of the bonus to your armor class.
Oh, one of those.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are super buff.
which one is it? Because I know that there's different.
Uh,
There's like great sword, long sword, rapiers.
oh, any sword. So I'll let you choose.
Ooh,
Oh
beefy.
shit!
And then Jackson. 2. Perfect. You get the Ring of Regeneration.
Ooh.
You guys are just like looting the dead bodies, being like, mine.
We got some nice things, yeah.
Princess Azucena.
Yeah, right.
Oh no, I picked 4. I got the. Armor
Oh
of
right.
Invulnerability.
Oh my god. Queen
I already
Eclipse.
got that in my account.
Yeah. You're like putting it on.
I'm the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that's left.
Pick a number 1 through 5.
Oh, we still. They don't have to be the. Oh, okay. I don't pick. Numbers are hard. Let's say 1.
1? Oh, okay. This fits you. It's the Bag of Tricks. As you. Yeah. So perfect.
Oh God, but okay.
Of course.
So
I get a
Of
bag
course, we give the
tricks.
the chaotic rogue the bag of tricks.
Yep. So
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
charge. Not that.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God.
So one by one, you snag this loot, and then one by one you consume this black rose, and it has a very actually sweet, savory taste to it. And then sure enough, you find yourself falling into a deep slumber as you all collapse to the sort of ground, and your consciousness leaves your body, and then you end up heading over to where you wake up to find Bruce, his like present sort of form, the like older wizened advisor to the crown and all kind of stuff, poking and prodding with his cane into Eclipse's face and being like, dang kids, and you're drinking. And he's like, come on, wake up, as you all begin to slowly but surely wake up. And Asusena, you see like you're surrounded by your guards being like, did they do this to you? Do you want us to kill him? I'm like,
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everybody relax.
they're like, oh, okay. And sure enough, you guys all like sober up. You check everything. The items that you gathered from that memory, you brought into reality. So you keep those weapons and items that you found and everything. And including, you look into your bag and you see that Archfey mushroom that's still there, as well as the vomit. And
Oh,
Question.
good. Thank goodness.
Question. Which color bag is it? Because there's 3 different colors: gray, rust, and tan, and they have different creatures.
your choice, I will say.
Yeah.
Too much power. Ned.
So
You see Asusena in her new armor, like turning around and posing for all the people who are surrounding her. Like, does it look good? Does it look cute?
and they're like, it does, yes. And then they're all like super just yes men. But it does look good, even though there's like blood smeared over it and like stab marks and everything. But
Character.
Love it.
yeah, there you go.
Love it,
Yeah.
love it.
So
That's what makes it vintage.
Relvin is, after checking to see that he did in fact still have the mushroom, is sort of twirling it about in his hand, just sort of lost in thought.
and you can activate that at any time you wish from now until forever. So with that, you guys sober up. You finally decide sleep and water is probably a good decision. Except for Eclipse, who dies tragically of a hangover.
Oh yeah.
From-
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
you
I
guys,
don't think that she gets hangovers.
yeah, right? She just
this
always
point.
is drinking, and then, so,
She's consistently drinking. Yes.
yeah.
Never stops.
You guys sober up. You guys do your thing. The whole castle of TR or nation of TR is partied out as they're all have hangovers collectively. And yeah, it's now time to bid your friend, your homie, farewell in this situation as you meet her at the gate with her legion of soldiers. Is there anything you'd like to say or do before you part ways?
Please come back again. That was the weirdest trip I'd ever been on.
Oh, I'm gonna have to tell you about the entire time that I went on like my debut voyage. Now that's a story. But yeah, I'd love to come back and visit. Are you sure you don't want like this is like a third of our army? Are you sure you don't want them? Like we still have more people at home.
I'm gonna turn to D and I go.
We can always use extra soldiers in our military. So we
Yeah,
will
just
not deny that it would be helpful if you decided to spare them.
What if you stay while another third of your army comes out to come collect you?
And at this moment, you do see Bruce talking with the guard, like that's very like has a serious sort of like mannerism and all that kind of stuff. And they go over to Princess Azucena's assistant and whisper something in her ear, and it looks like a dreadful sort of news. As they kind of wait for an appropriate time to talk with the princess. Yeah.
yeah, I'll lean in.
Perfect. They your assistant as well as Bruce go like, could we talk to you over here really quick? We just got a emergency correspondent for you.
Oh, okay.
Sure. So you walk over to sort of a corner, and they, your assistant like lets you know that like we just received word. Every major hub has a communication sort of tower to talk with other different nations, and we unfortunately were informed that your mother was killed in an assassination that occurred apparently last night. So you are to return to your homeland immediately because you are now going to be coronated as the sort of queen, and we have to figure out what's going on as they give you this news and no one else sort of knows. So
Okay. Um okay. Start packing up or start readying the horses immediately. And I'm gonna turn back. Um, and I'm gonna steel myself as best as I can. And I'm just gonna walk over with the most like obnoxious, loud laugh. And I'm like, oh my god, you would never believe. Apparently they just don't like your vibe. They say that the architecture of the kingdom or the queendom is not cute and they don't want to stay. And that's so sad. I'm very sorry. I need to leave immediately. Dia, it was really good to see you though. And I'm just going to turn and leave.
Can Dia do insight?
absolutely, go for it.
And Relvin would like to as well.
You guys all lean in. They're like, wait a second.
What the fuck is this?
Nope. We're
Instead,
distracted by our mushroom.
16.
All right, I'm going to try to roll deception. Okay, it's an 11. Deception. That's a 15. You just barely clock it.
You see that she is distraught, very emotional, and keeping it together. She's a leader right now, like a legit leader.
Dia in that moment then will basically take, like, while she turns to try to like rush away, will take her hand and will kind of turn her around. Just know, if you ever are in need of aid, you have friends here. We will assist, especially since our nations are joining together. We're on the same side. Never forget.
Thank you.
And
telepathically you hear, "Are you okay?" from Eclipse.
I'm fine.
and Jackson and Relvin, anything you'd like to say or do before your homie leaves?
Thank you for your time here. We hope that this is the start of a very wonderful relationship between our kingdoms.
And, Jackson will raise his glaive towards Princess Azucena, obviously in tribute. The support you've given us is paramount, and I know we will support Olteca just as just as Olteka has supported us. I bid you adieu, and again, may your travels be as blessed as possible. Your Grace.
I will make sure the queen knows all of this.
And with that, you take your people, and you seem like a changed person after receiving that news. You leave TR with your legion of people, and you guys all sit with what you just processed, what you just witnessed from that memory, and like receiving the funding, and now TR is in a much stronger stance. Granted, you didn't gain any insight as to what's coming down the pipeline, but at the same time, you don't owe an archfey anything, and they do not have your name. So, yeah, yet, yeah,
They have none
so
yet.
you're looking,
They have none
yeah,
yet,
none
Smith.
yet. Yeah, there you go. And so yeah, so thank you again so much for playing, and I appreciate like shout out to Liv for being here as a guest for our like finale. We really appreciate you. Oh my gosh. So
Yes.
Thank you for having me. You can have me
Woo.
back anytime you want. Just hit me up.
perfect. Okay, yeah. And then so we're gonna go ahead really quick and have everyone let us know where they can be found, what they're is coming up next, and all that kind of stuff. Starting with our guest, Liv.
Hi, I'm Liv. Best girl, best pal, cutest person that you know on the internet. You can follow me on Twitter at Livinaday, Livinaday. I'm Liv. It's my day minute. The next thing, closest up on the docket, next thing is going to be um, oh my goodness, it's going to be Eclipse, funny enough, season 3 of Under the Table over on Total Party Chill is Eclipse, where we play a Fistful of Darkness, a weird western themed hack of Blades of Darkness, Fistful of Darkness, Blades of Darkness. Yes, that's my wires get crossed. But you can also hear my voice over on Super Idols RPG, which basically asks the question, what if Sailor Moon and BTS teamed up or combined their forces? It is a magical pal, Super Idol themed game that comes out every Sunday, so you can catch up. We just finished Arc 2, and we're in the process of recording Arc 3. And those are probably the best things to check out right now. But follow me on Twitter to see what's coming up next.
Perfect. And then Discount Bard.
Hi everyone, I'm Eddie the Discount Bard, your humble entertainer trying to bring a little light to your day through various shenanigans and antics. You can normally find me on twitch.tv/discountbard, where I do variety content ranging from Sea of Thieves to whatever my current hyperfixation is at any given time. I also bounce around wonderful TTRPG channels like this one to play fun characters with amazing talented people that I have the absolute privilege of sharing a screen with. You can follow all my various antics on all the social medias at Discount Bard. Passing it along.
Perfect. And then Rising Valkyrie.
Hello, hello. You can find me at Rising Valkyrie on Instagram, and which are normally just selfies, really. So if you want to see this ugly mug, be on there. And also on Twitter, it's pretty much just tumbleweeds and crickets. So good luck. As well as in actually less than 15 hours, I'll be in a session for June, session 2, playing on Cybernation Uncensored, which I am gonna need some sleep for. We're playing a group of some amazing sisters who are, well, quote unquote sisters, who are spies, doing stuff and missions for the Reverend Mother. After that, then possibly coming up soon, hopefully, is a interview that's going to be posted on all the socials for Women of D&D about me, myself and I, which is kind of scary, but if you want to check that out, I'll always be posting things on my Instagram, especially my story. Thank you for watching.
Perfect. And then Utihime.
Hi guys, I'm Utsuhime, cosplayer, occasional streamer on my own channel. I promise I will be getting back to my own channel. Bear with me. But when I do, it's a variety of games. Always a good time, and sometimes chaotic, which we love. And of course, I am a TTRPG enthusiast and performer. I'm bouncing around lots of different channels, rolling dice with friends, which is the best part, and making new friends, which has been amazing. Just like Liv here. And if you want to catch me on social media, you can find me at UTAHIME, Utahime Cosplay. And that's on basically everything except Twitter. It's at Brianna DeCoster. And please, 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 we have a 3-part mini series for Coyote and Crow based off of a one shot that we did on Creators Assemble. Come back to Creators Assemble this upcoming Tuesday, the 12th, 6 p.m. Pacific time for Shadows of Legacy. I will be bringing back Kameha, who is a Suyata warrior, and yes, she's a stabby type. I love her dearly, so definitely check it out. Yeah, I have a knack for playing powerful, strong warrior women, but I mean, who can blame me, right? But thank you guys so much for following us on this journey, and for everyone who did tune in and chat, and also to my fellow players and DM. You guys are amazing. Thank you for allowing me to be at the table with you guys. It's an honor.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And then Andrew J. Landy.
All right, close it out. Again, hey everybody, Andrew J. Alandy here, sometimes known as Duralath on the internet. You can follow me at Twitter and Instagram at Andrew J. Alandy or twitch.tv/Duralath, where I promise I will also get my stream back up as well. Let's see, coming up Tuesday as well, I'm on fortnerd.com, so twitch.tv/fortnerd.com for Arc 4 of Dreadful Tales. That's been the ongoing series. So I'll be on there. And of course, if you're into scripted audio dramas, check out Vampire the Masquerade Port Saga. Season 1 is out, where I played Dante Mendoza, the primogenitor of the Tremere clan. Season 2 has been announced, so keep out on the lookout and catch up on Season 1. With that, again, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and I'm wishing everybody the best moving forward.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you guys again so much for being here and playing and watching and all that kind of stuff. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend and a great summer, and we'll see you guys soon. And perfect. It should be rating.
Yep, looks like it just.
Yep, we
It
went
did.
into a raid.
Cool.
Perfect.
Rude.
Cool,
Blade.
cool.